and go.
Hey everybody, this is AlphaISM Radio. Thank you for spending your New Year's evening with us. I'm Skisonic here with Bunkei, and we're really happy to be here. And again, happy for y'all to be here. So how you doing tonight, Ben?
I'm doing great, man. How was your New Year's Eve?
It was pretty low key. I did not do a lot. I just kind of spent it with family this year. Didn't want to get too crazy.
I hear you. I mean, I didn't do much either because last year I had some problems with the police with the sobriety checkpoints. Nothing about drinking. It's just they kind of harass you a bit, you know. So I said I forget that. So I kept it low key myself.
Sobriety checkpoints. There's a controversy about those right now, whether they are actually productive or whether they just take away valuable resources from the undermanned police forces that could be just out patrolling and perhaps doing a better job. Who knows?
Yeah, because actually last year, you know, since they're arguing with me and then we hear 3 gunshots, I'm like, well, how about you go check that out? You know, I mean, so yeah, I definitely one of those people who think that it does more harm than it does good, and I mean, so yeah, I'm one of those people that thoroughly don't think they do very much. Doesn't take much to see a person who's swerving all over the roads. It doesn't take much to see people like that. You don't need to set up a checkpoint for that. So
yeah, true. Good point. Well, are we on?
Yeah, we're on. I'm still like kind of doing stuff in the background because there's so much shit to do after you get on the air that you can't do before.
Hardcore action goes to the next level.
Illegal weapons, gangs, drugs.
With alternate storylines.
I like girls.
Too hot for the big screen.
Jeez, sis.
You're a twin? Why don't you join us?
Robert Rodriguez presents Machete on Blu-ray.
I see.
Okay.
I see.
Okay, yeah, that's the inevitable Ustream.
I just didn't see any response in the room. Chat room.
Oh, I just remember. AlphaISM. That's the one thing I forgot to put. AlphaISM is live. And then let me go ahead and put the link in the room, and then Neff will take care of it. All right. So, while everyone is getting online, so how hype are you about Marvel? I mean, we're about, 45 days, maybe a little bit less?
I'm pretty excited. We are just about 6 weeks out. I'm trying not to think about it too much because, Jesus, you stream in those ads, I swear.
Yeah.
It is. You just can't even mute them bitches, can you?
No, that was,
They're
I
just
thought about,
mad abrasive.
Yeah, I thought about just going ahead and paying for whatever their adless, premium membership type of thing.
Nah, you just use a different browser.
Or
you use
Firefox.
Firefox. Sure thing. So yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the horizon pretty soon. Most of the characters we pretty much know about. Gameplay we've gotten to scratch the surface of. I'm just kind of anxiously awaiting the days until we actually get our hands on it, because at this point it's just kind of putting that theory into practice. It's just going to be that initial tsunami of info. It's going to be so interesting to rock with,
Yeah, I've already requested that day off, and I promised, and I intend on fulfilling the promise to do a 10-hour show, starting from midnight on the 15th up to 10 a.m. Just to, I'm going to have like random people from the community come on, give their impressions, maybe play a little bit myself while I'm on the radio, and yeah, I mean, just try to have some fun with it. This doesn't happen a whole lot very often, so.
Yeah. Well, shoot. That sounds exciting.
I don't expect you to be there for the 10 hours. If you want to drop by and say hi before you go back into the lab, definitely do that, But yeah, it's just I'm gonna be a mess on the 15th. I'm gonna be. I have to ask you something. I want your feelings on someone who has been in the Marvel 2 scene. You think that we're kind of underestimating? There have been some things that Daigo and Tokido have said about taking up Marvel 3, and Tokido took it one step farther. He said, we are coming for America. And so a lot of people was like, well, America owns Marvel, and and it's like they're not taking them seriously. But should we remind them that was Marvel 2, not Marvel 3?
Well, I mean, the thing of it is Marvel was America was unquestionably the best in the world at Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and during the time, you had people like, well, the characters, they don't really take as much in Japan, and they don't really like that style of game, and that really wasn't it. It was just that the game didn't click with them. The game wasn't in arcades there, and it didn't really catch on there. Whereas here, it was a really big tournament game, and of course, like the characters creating a base of like normal players just like kind of allowed the game to kind of propagate a little bit more. But games before that, you had incredible Japanese players that were really, really good in the versus games, and they, before Marvel 2, the versus games really weren't even so serious in America as far as like competitively. Marvel 1 was pretty decent tournament game, and then before that they were of even less seriousness. I understand, people like Choi and Valle, they weren't playing like Marvel superheroes and that kind of thing. But you had like, of course, Japanese people all this time innovating combos, and you still see that up to this day. With Tatsunoko versus Capcom, all the way up through Tatsunoko versus Capcom, which had a pretty strong tournament scene, a strong tournament scene in America, not a strong tournament scene in Japan. So you could, roughly equate the two. And even still from Japan, there was so much progress that started. So, I mean, it would be foolish to count out Japan as a force in the game when they are planning to take the game with any level of seriousness. I say this to say, if they've already declared it and there are reasons that we should believe that they're going to do it, then, we should probably take them on their word and look out for them. But it's still very much the same situation where you kind of need, how did Viscount put this? He said you need carnivores or something like this. You need like carnivores. You need like beasts, in Marvel. You need like beasts, carnivores.
Is he saying you need drama? You need.
No, not at all. No, you need beasts, right? So for those beasts, they need to feed on cows, right? And those cows, to raise cow, you need to feed on grass, right? So in this metaphor, the grass is that big base of players that are going to exist for people that are cows, people that are going to develop ideas, people like, Bucktooth and Viscount and, I don't know, all these guys that are just going to post videos on YouTube and find all this crazy stuff. Those are the cows, right? Those are the people that are going to be playing it seriously, and they're going to need some grass. They're going to need some fodder. They're going to need something to eat up, and mash up on and gnash their teeth on and like make something crazy, right? And then the beasts are going to feed on the cows. They're going to take what the beasts make. I mean, the beasts are going to take what the cows make. We see it before. Justin not necessarily going to make anything all that hot, but he will take what is hot and put that right into play really, really quickly. So you need beasts, cows, and grass. And if you don't have enough beasts to feed your cows, then your cows won't really, make your beasts. So we got a lot of grass. Mm-hmm. America is what I'm saying.
But hey, but isn't the great equalizer for Japan? FMJ made a good point. Well, in Japan, the grass may be the online play because the online play may be vastly superior because of their network there.
The grass is the online play everywhere. Actually, the grass is the online play in America too.
Right.
For this game, but they have more high quality grass.
Right.
For sure. You know what I mean? So that's really what it's going to come down to. Is will the quality of their grass be enough to sustain their cows And then will they have enough cows to really sustain their beasts? You know, we have an abundance of fucking grass, but that it's like not nutrient rich. They have the most nutrient rich grass. Their soil. You see, their soil. Woo! Oh, the soil that grows the grass. Oh, I'm hyped. Oh man, the soil. That's the arcades. You know, that's the competitive base from whence the grass sprouts. It's definitely stronger in Japan. You know what I mean? So it's a question. We don't know. That's what's so interesting about it. That is what we will find in the next 2 years. You know, at this level, we just can't predict it. But hey, man, let's see their beasts.
Well, you know, here's the thing. There's two things that I found noteworthy about one thing that Daigo said, one thing Takeda said. One thing that Daigo said, he knows the competition is fierce in the United States, and he has implied that he's actually going to train here in the United States on the game. That would be really interesting to see. Secondly, Tokido said, when he says we're coming for America, he didn't say I'm coming for America. So it's interesting to see who's with them. I mean, everyone pretty much thought that Daigo and Tokido would come, but you know, who else is going to follow? That's also a good question. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for it. You know, I mean, this would only just make the hype around Marvel 3 even that much better. So I am definitely hoping that they do take the game seriously, because really, you know, they weren't even in the conversation. I mean, we just talked about Marvel 3 about in the United States, and we really wasn't thinking about, you know, international competition as we do about Street Fighter 4. But now we have to change our thoughts. And so like I said, it's hype. It's hype. I'm just so fucking mad that I can't go, because there's a blackout period throughout the entire month of March, which my birthday is in, and I cannot take a vacation. It's like the regional guy said no. So that just sucks. But I'm definitely going to be supporting my country. You know, I wish I had Shin Blanca, but I haven't seen him all weekend. But again, he's gonna. The final round is going to be the tournament. And I was just thinking about how many people may show up for Marvel 3, because I honestly think that he's talking about maybe 300 or 400, and I'm thinking between 500 and 1,000.
Nah. I think 500. I think would be the ceiling. I'd be really surprised at 1,000, just because, I mean, final round. All right, well, you know, final round's a big tournament.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's bigger than it was 2 years ago when
right,
it did Street Fighter 4, and they was turning people away after 243 or something like that.
Right, you know, they don't have much else in the South, as far as big tournaments go. So yeah, like, people that are interested in the game will come out, but to question whether the viable scene of that tournament will grow like ×4 in, like, you know, just a couple of years time, I don't know if Marvel 2 has that kind of life in it, especially just a couple weeks after it comes out. I don't know. It's not totally infeasible, but I would put a ceiling on 5,000 personally. I mean 500.
Yeah, I mean, I think that 500 between 500 and 1,000. 500 would probably be, you know, yeah, about what I expect had it been, you know, any other new game, just because I think final round has grown since, you know, it has grown every year, so we got to account for that too. But the added hype about Marvel, and the thoughts that there are going to be a lot of people that are going to be coming back to Marvel, you know, who maybe did not get so much involved in Street Fighter 4, you know, and then the new heads, you know, because obviously Marvel will have a lot more appeal to the mainstream base that is, you know, that's marketed to than Street Fighter, because we old men, yeah, we were there when Street Fighter came out, but they weren't, so they don't see the big hoopla about it. So I'm hoping, but they do see the hoopla around me. I mean, it's no. That's why I was saying that when you look at the cast of Marvel 3, you kind of wonder, are you looking at potential future franchises as far as movies are concerned that are being made? because if you notice that a lot of the marketing videos, Iron Man is prominently featured, and then so is Hulk, and so you kind of make you wonder, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Well, I mean, Iron Man 2 came out not too long ago, and then they're supposed to be making a Thor movie, and so there's a lot of strategic moves behind with the character cast. And I was wondering, I mean, can you make some? Would you make some predictions about what movies you might see that might feature a character from the MVC3 cast that we haven't seen yet?
Well, I mean, it's not like I actually have insider information that I would reveal if I did have it. But, I think the Avengers movie is something that we look at to look to, because I know that there's Avengers movie on the horizon, but I don't think it's the next Marvel movie. They've kind of got this whole, kind of branching, leading into the Avengers deal, like Iron Man, and I think in some ways Hulk. Not sure if Hulk's gonna lead directly into it, but definitely Captain America. They were even talking about an Ant-Man for a while. I think that's still being kicked around, but it's definitely not on the forefront. It's like the last possible Marvel movie on the horizon. But obviously, like you said, Thor as well. So these are kind of like leading into Avengers. So I would stick around that franchise personally.
Yeah, because that was hinted at the end of Iron Man 2, right?
I wouldn't even call that a hint. I would say that it's not a hint. It's like either they'll just say, well, that was just an adventure that was, a one-off and it didn't happen in the movie, but it being so blatant is like a confirmation. It's like this guy is in this universe now and this is how it works. So either this will be in the next movie or we'll talk about it in the next movie or something like that. But that, put it pretty much without a shadow of a doubt, I would say, brings in the whole Avengers storyline, Captain America, Nick Fury, and what have you.
You're breaking up a little bit.
It'll bring in the whole Avengers storyline, Captain America, Nick Fury, and what have you.
Yeah, see, that's what was, that's going to be pretty interesting, and maybe that will also play into Marvel vs. Capcom sequel. That, assuming that, this was successful, which I shouldn't see any reason why it wouldn't be, maybe it'll feature some more of the Avenger cast. So
hey, cool your jets on the sequel, buddy. Like, we could see a TVC2 first, you know what I mean? I still really like my air dashes, and let's not monopolize their aiding. They make great games. So damn it, TVC2. While I'm here, it's a fucking pie in the sky.
Let me ask you. You know what? I don't honestly. I wish that if they do make a Marvel 2, or TVC 2, that I'm just hoping that it will be something that more than a small percentage of people can play, because hardly no one owns a Wii in this country. That's above the age of 18. So I don't know, man. I hope that they do release it on Xbox 360 and PS3. Because I would have paid TVC 1. I'm just not gonna buy a system for it.
Yeah, I've heard that if there is a sequel, then there's pretty good likelihood that it would come out on more systems. But if there's a sequel, it's a pretty big if. So
let me ask you a question. I'm just asking this because I already know the answer, but I just want to throw this out there, just because I want to kind of settle it for good. TVC 1, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It says, how similar are they?
I mean, who can answer that question? That nobody's really played the finished Marvel 3. I can say, without question, subsequent versions of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 are less and less like Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. And the original version of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 that we got to get our hands on was pretty much straight up TVC Next. But it kind of moved along in a lot of respects. So the games are definitely pretty different. It's going to be easier for a hardcore player to tell the difference than a casual player, but what fucking casual player is going to be comparing TVC to MVC3? No casual players play TVC. It's just you those like middle players, that group that like saw TVC but never condescended to play it. That's just calling it TVC2. But you never played no damn TVC. Stop it.
Get him, Ski.
That's what I'm saying, man. Stop it, yo. Fucking stop it. Oh, it's TVC2. Hey, did you play TVC1? I bet you didn't. You should fucking thank your lucky stars if you get to play TVC2. Shut up and play your game.
You know what? Let me take this time to actually, first of all, let me welcome Keith to the show. Keith, thanks for joining us on the AlphaISM, the reunion show. And then we got one of our favorite guests from AlphaISM, we got Jesse on here. What's going on, Jesse?
What's going on, Ben?
Before we get into it, I actually want to do something. This is something that AlphaISM Radio should have had since the beginning, but it never did. And now I have the grand privilege, thanks to Neptal, we got an AlphaISM Radio intro that's unique, totally to AlphaISM Radio.
Play it.
I'm going to let it roll, and then I'm going to get you guys' thoughts. All right? This is the AlphaISM Radio intro. You here? I had the jack in the wrong port. All right. Yeah, I'm here, man. What's going on?
Jack in the wrong port, no homo.
Yeah, no homo. Well, I mean, you can't do it. Well, you don't have to do a no homo because you can't put it. There's only one hole for a man, so you can't accidentally put in another hole. You know what I'm saying?
But that hole is the homo hole.
Yeah, but my original statement was that I put the jack in the wrong hole, so that means that it has to be somebody with two holes.
Oh, I see.
FRK, damn. FRK, damn.
Show me them toes. Let me see yourself with that pink toe.
AlphaISM Radio.
This is the first time in literally a decade that we have a substantial chance of growing the community. But that's exactly what you're saying. You're saying that morals or opinions. I'm saying is, where do you draw the line?
You're asking me on national radio with millions of listeners if I'm circumcised.
Yeah.
Your character's hands are up. The animation changes when they're out of lock stun. Little things like that. Pay attention to what's going on.
Here you go, oh yeah, baby, oh.
I don't go, oh yeah, baby, I go, oh!
On this Guilty Gear tournament. Because A, I know how to run a tournament, and B, ain't nobody gonna argue with me.
I will.
Nigga, I would choke you out.
I was like, yo, you can't put me in sleep. Like, yes, I can. I was like, just hold your breath. I hold my breath, you put me in the sleeper hole. I had a dream about playing, like, Super Mario and shit.
It's me tennis. Fuck. It's me tennis. It's me fucking tennis. I'm not the one you go boycott. It's me boxing, actually.
Dude, we boxing, not we tennis.
Me boxing.
Much longer before I pass on, but I just want to hit some fat pussy before I go. So your godlike power worth $100?
Fuck yeah, I'm the supernatural monstrosity with an arcade 6 fingers. I am an uber elite, supernatural dark master from the dark side with hands of owners from another planet universe decrypted by Jesus, bitch.
Hey, is that a yes or a no?
Yes. AlphaISM.
What's the end of it?
All right. All right, so now thanks again to Neptal, man, for the and that was on short notice. He did that just in the last few hours. He's been kind of working through the day with it. So there you go. And we got a couple other versions that we're going to play, but that's going to be the one. And again, shout out to Neptal for making that for us. I think that features some of the best moments ever in AlphaISM Radio. A little bit of the serious, a little bit of the funny, and a little bit of the just what the fuck. So
yeah, it's pretty well done.
Yeah, so I need to PayPal him some money because he definitely deserves some. Yes, that was X Japan. That's I went to go see them in concert in October, and I thought when I was looking through those songs, I wanted to find something that would kind of, be a little bit off-ish. I didn't want to just do like just a random hip hop or rap. I just wanted to find something that people would go, "What the fuck is this?" And then, yep. And judging from the comments, people are asking, "What the fuck is that?" So, yes, that is X Japan. So, 5 points to David Red for picking that out. But anyway, back to the show now. Let me guys say just for the record here. It is Happy New Year's for one. I forgot to tell you guys that. Happy New Year's, and I'm happy. I'm happy that AlphaISM Radio is back for the new year. Ski has some great ideas that we went through, actually over 2 months ago, that we've been kind of planning about this, and when he's going to, we're going to execute that plan. And this is
I'm scheduling them actually now. It's pretty sweet.
Huh?
I'm actually I'm trying to schedule guests now. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, see, this is what I like it. This is what I'm talking about, And let me ask you, Lee, put this out there, just so, about AlphaISM Radio. AlphaISM Radio is something for all of us to learn and to have fun. It's like if we will all go out to Denny's, what would we talk about? That's really what AlphaISM Radio is. If you actually see someone's trying to sell my episodes or anything, let me know. That's just, that's not what AlphaISM Radio is about. I'm happy with the career I have.
Well, I can't sell the episodes anymore.
No, yeah, that's
Jesse's taking down a website now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, never mind.
I should read off that we do have a couple of guests lined up for this show. I got Jesse on here. I got Keats on here. Keats, I didn't even hear him talk. Keats, you still there?
Maybe.
He probably stunned about that 6 from 6 part of it in the intro. Oh man. Anyway,
I'm here. What do you want?
Huh?
Get a guest on here.
Yeah, we got
Hello,
Skeletor
check.
G.
I can hear you. Okay.
You guys should prank call someone right now.
All the good
As long as he can hear me, that's all that matters.
All the good times, yeah. Yeah, we got Skeletor G. We're going to get Jaha on here. We're going to get Wizard on here, which he'll talk about the greatest troll ever he did on Ski. I know it's been 3 years, but it's still as epic as ever. So we got some, and then I think we can maybe get Inkblight on here as well. Talk about the huge announcement this coming Wednesday.
Good luck.
Hey, call Jaha, dude. Let's have a call.
Actually, yeah. Oh, if you guys, I'll go ahead and put out my my Skype name. Just in case for you guys that don't have it, I'll put it in the AlphaISM Radio channel, and also I'll put it up on on Twitter. So for those of you who want to join the show, who's never been on the show, you're definitely invited to come on there and, come on, give your side of the story, or ask a question or.
What's that name, radio host?
Huh?
What's that name, radio host? Give it over the radio so our loyal listeners can call in.
Well, you know what? Let me just put. Most of you guys have me on Twitter. I'm just going to put up on Twitter because it's not something that's really easy that just flows off the tongue. So just give me 1 second.
I think you have to try because it is a radio show.
Hold on. Skype name BENJI-MAN0. I told you it wouldn't flow off the tongue.
That's BENJI-MAN01. Once again, BENJI-MAN01.
Yeah, as I said, it doesn't exactly flow off the.
Yeah, I think you need an easier Skype name.
Yeah, but I have so many contacts on this. It's a little bit a lot of trouble actually to do a whole new Skype name. Plus, most people have me on there already. All right, and Skeletor G just messaged me, so I'm asking if he has Skype installed. I'm sure you guys want to hear from him. All right, cool.
Has anybody been checking out those Steam holiday deals?
The
Steam.
The Steam.
Steam. Anyone? Yeah.
What's the last one I saw was for was it for Street Fighter 4?
No, they do holiday sales. So they'll do like 12 or so deals every day during the holiday season. I just got like some Star Wars Jedi Knight collection for $5, and it's like 5 games, 5 old ass games that nobody wants to play now, but you know they're $5, so hey.
Okay, I was just thinking they were gonna do some. Well, I was hoping they would, you know, do Super Street Fighter 4 for $5 now because, you know.
Who cares, man? That game is fucking obsolete. You probably find it for a penny if you try really hard.
That's why. That's what I was saying. It should sell for $5 because the game is obsolete, you know. And you know what? Hey, you know what? I think that people are kind of coming around. I've been watching the HO vids and you know, as I thought, Makoto is, you know, she's on her way back, and Sakura, that bitch takes mad life off of her SRK. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but when she lands one, I mean, not only that it just hits it 5 or 7 times, it does seem like it does more damage than the average, you know, SRK. I don't know. I don't have the frame data or anything like that, or the, but.
Yeah, she gets balls deep with that SRK.
Yeah, so I can't.
She does go pretty deep. I don't know if I would, as far as, you know, balls deep, but, you know.
At least half shaft.
At least,
right?
yeah, that's what, you know, 3/4 shaft.
Like half shaft, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool. There's a question I've been dying to ask you, Ski. On that, the Wii boxing episode, who was the 2 friends you were talking to? Akshat and who?
Oh, that was Akshat and Fadl, I think. Akshat and Fadl. Those are 2 guys. Yeah. I'm not in touch with them anymore, but they were guys. I mean, you know, I nothing happened, you know. It's not like that. They're not holding me hostage. They weren't holding me hostage or anything, if that's what it sounded like, because their names are Akshat and Fadl. You know, mandatory racist joke, late night. But you know, they were just friends of mine from school where I was, and they were in my room.
They weren't like hardcore, you know, fighting game.
No.
Like yourself,
oh my God, they don't know anything about anything with regards to fighting games. Just like I think like while I was in school, like some people knew what I was doing, like some of my closer friends, and I would like try to kind of keep it on the low and not really talk about it. Not because I was like ashamed, but because like, you know, people don't really understand what this world is. But like if they would like get to know me first, then they would like kind of already, you know, have a positive impression of me, or possibly just kind of like, you know one of those random college like game night things where like people are playing games and it's like I'm obviously better than everybody because all I do is play video games. So like whatever the game, I'm probably gonna be better, or like beasting or something or some shit. So like they'll have a positive impression of me or video games, and then I'll use that as the avenue to not be afraid to tell them about what I do in my spare time. But what it comes down to is like they knew about what I was doing and they thought that it was pretty cool already. So they like didn't really mind listening to what I was doing, but they were just kind of like stopping by because they were, you know, traveling. It's a small college town, you know, people just kind of drop by on the way to other things or something sometimes.
I just thought that I just asked because when we were talking about, you know, the leading up to the announcement for the last game for Evolution, and then you were talking to them, and I thought that they were like members of the community because here we go. Yo, Jaha, how are you?
What up, everybody? What's going on, man?
Happy
what up,
birthday.
Ski?
Hey.
Oh, thanks, man. What's up,
Happy
guys?
birthday.
Thanks, man. Just went to the land of no Dominicans and Puerto Ricans at round 1 on my birthday, and that's about it. And played a little AE.
So what you think of the game?
Oh man, dude, it's inside of a mall, and it's not like, you walk past a store and it's there. It's like, how when you look down a direction of a mall, and at the end there's like a Target or Nordstrom or Macy's or something like that, and at one of the sides of the mall, it's round 1, dude, and it's like huge.
Wow, that sounds cool.
And then like right when you walk in the front of the place, you see like the four-way setup at AE. So like, even though it's like us playing, there's like a lot of people like watching, and it's a huge Japanese arcade, dude. It's like I'm a grown man, and I'm not one to talk about like arcade highly, But it was pretty sick.
Where was this?
It's in Puente Hills Mall, dude. And,
Fuerte Hills Mall? Fuerte?
Yeah.
All right.
Puente with a P. Yeah.
This was yes.
Too good though. But yeah, I think Yun is gonna be really good, dude. He does really good damage. Like
Gin?
He can do Yun.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, Yun. Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know. I hear the talk saying it like Yang is slightly better, but I think Yun is probably better. I mean,
I saw one of the videos that featured, because I didn't see like the great setups, excuse me, that they've been talking about for his his Gaijin or whatever they call it. And I finally saw one in a recent video, and I must say that I see what they've been doing with him. It's really quite stupid.
But aside from the Genijin, like his low strong is really good. Like big characters, he does low strong, standing strong, 2-in-1 into double kicks, and it's like, and he could do that off of like the command grabs, dude. He does a lot of damage.
Yo, I saw that combo, and that shit is like one of the things that screams out to me that is obviously gonna be nerfed in the next go around. And I'm like, why they leave that shit in there? Cause they're not gonna leave that shit in the next one, but they're gonna leave that shit in there now, knowing that shit's so good. It's like nothing in that game is that good. Like nothing in the game is too good. Like this, except like back kicks. Like, just a combo like that, they're going to take it out just because there's room for them to mess with things there. They're going to take that out and buff something else. So they're going to take that shit out. I'm like, why do they leave that shit in there, man? Strong, and the Oki, that's ridiculous. But hey, that's just what I thought.
Do you think they're going to change it for sure? I mean, what if the game is done? Like, this is it,
Nah, man, it's not done. I don't believe it's done, because they're going to, I feel like it's going to get patched again.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I do too.
Because he's not that. He still needs a way to get in, and you gotta remember, like, now you gotta start all over with the character. Like, okay, how am I gonna handle fireballs? There's no parries or anything. Yun,
right.
He still need, like, you can probably do the shoulder, on reaction, or I think you gotta practically guess it. You don't have a lot of time to just do it off reaction. So he has a little trouble. He's going to be a challenge finding out the fireball game with him. But the thing is, he also has 3-way variation on his dive kick. So, you get some good timing and some baits. He could time some good dive kicks, whiff dive kicks. Stuff like that.
You still have focus dashing too.
Yeah, but his dash is like kind of really slow. Like he does a backflip. And it's really long.
Oh, I mean like the forward dash. You'll have to like.
Oh yeah. His dash is a hop. It's not a great dash. It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a lot of zip on it. It's a hop.
Yeah.
But utility wise though, he has better. I think he has better defense. I mean his DP. It's good, man. Because if you do the EX, it has invincibility.
I've heard his dive kick has more block stun as well.
Yeah.
Or I need more stun.
And you figure Yang, he has like, he has the dash, but his rolling anti-air is not as good. He has to probably poke his way to anti-air.
Yeah,
but when you think about the utility, and stuff like that, I think Yun is better. I think on paper, Yang sounds better, or you can do everything into Ultra or whatever, but I mean, it's not on paper. I think when Super came out, before Super came out, we thought Third Strike characters were going to be top, easy. But that's on paper. Obviously, they're not.
I know what you mean there. You know what's gonna end up practically good versus what seems good right now. You know, and I think that it seems like with that in that respect, like even if Yang turns out to be good, it's gonna take like much longer because, like you said, he has like the tools. Well, it takes longer for a player to develop the usage of all of those tools, whereas opposed to somebody like Yun, hop in there. You know, you're pressing strong when you do get an agent, and you're gonna get some matches under your belt anyway, right?
Yeah. He's fun though. He's fun, and Rufus is worse, man. I can't put a finger on it, but his Messiah got worse. Like
interesting.
Like I mean, there was times where I should have hit the guy, but then he had like just a little bit extra time to block. So either there's like a little bit delay in the startup, or I think maybe the hitbox in front of it maybe a little bit shorter, or something. It's something because. I could just feel it. It's just worse, man. And then there was one time where I even I did EX Messiah at Vi at the same time, and then he was T-Hawk and he did the Fierce Dragon Punch, and it beat me clean. Well, I don't know if it was Fierce, but it was just a Dragon Punch, and it beat me clean. I was like, jeez.
Well, you're saying there's a possibility they may have less than the invincibility.
His invincibility, yeah. Yeah, because Vi said he did wait a little bit, but it looked like at the same time. But yeah, he waited a little bit, then uppercut, it'll beat it clean. But even straight up, probably, you know, its invincibility properties I think are changed.
Interesting.
Something.
Because that's,
it's different. It's nerfed, man. It's pretty bad. But you know, he still can win with the same BS, you know, that he does. You know, dive kick and dive kick throw combo and stuff like that. But you know, it's just. There's the good options against Rufus. Yeah, Rufus can't do anything about. It's pretty bad, but it's all right. He gets more nerves.
That's a good thing though, because just for the fact that I didn't think that T-Hawk's I didn't think that his DP had any invincibility on it, because I've always seen it being beaten out, and so it's good to hear
T-Hawk's
that
better.
Something.
Even it's they say it's not, but Watson was saying he could feel it, that the condor dives were faster, because either that or something must be different about him, because you know he wasn't able to handle him the way he usually was able to. You know, usually beats Hung all the time, especially with Guile.
Yeah, I mean, because you know T-Hawk has become one of those characters where there's a wide variety of opinion about him, because I think that. When you guys saw that last week when they listed the people with the biggest win streaks, and then T-Hawk was like number 1 with 93.
Yeah, he's better. I haven't seen anybody play with Zangief, but you know the word is that his jab pile driver, the range is even farther now.
The range on jab pile driver is ridiculous.
It's farther, but the downside is that after he lands it, he can't get like a free setup. Like you get knocked. Like the knockback is increased, so you can't get to it, but the range is even farther. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It does more damage now too.
Yeah, so the only thing is you just don't get the the automatic reset. You get knocked back farther.
And I think what they've evaluated about Geef is that like it doesn't make sense for him to like have such like explosive power, like one touch kill you power off of one single EX meter, plus have gigantic vitality and like strong defense too. And I think that's like that was what they didn't foresee in the long run, and that's what they've been trying to get in check through the iterations of Geef. You know, like first they took down his damage, then they took away the knockdown off of EX Green Hand. And I think those are like the overwhelming changes. Not getting the knockdown off EX Green Hand, like he still gets mix-ups there, but he just doesn't get like the super ridiculous mix-ups that characters just can't really get out of, you know. So I like what they're doing there, at least. I think
it's interesting you talk about that, because that people thought that because of that nerf he was going to be not very good, but most of the blogs I've been reading that have been posted up on SRK, everyone's saying that Geef is still going to be up there, because if they turn out to be true about Yoon and Yang being like what they're the top echelon of characters, he's saying that Geef is like the obvious counterpick versus those two.
Archetypically, Geef is such a strong counter to so many characters as it is anyway that that has such a huge bearing on like the competitive life of the game. The competitive.
Geef is so scrubby though, man. He's such a scrubby ass character. Spin his stick and push a punch button. Fuck, man. But he's so good.
Yeah, such good pulse, man. And
these changes, I don't know if they're enough to shift the scales, but they're definitely I don't know if there's going to be a change, but it's safe to say in Super Street Fighter that the keep away lane characters were the best. Like Bison, Guile, Dalsim. That's my dog, dude.
That's interesting because they all, people have been complaining they all been nerfed.
Oh, I thought that he meant that Dalsim was his dog, or like somebody that played Dalsim perhaps was his dog, but he actually meant that's his dog.
Dog's barking. Shut up.
Oh, wow.
That's cool. Dawson's my dog too, man.
Wow. He don't sound happy.
Fuerte, that's my dog. That's my dog.
Hey, speaking of Fuerte, hey, have you been able to confirm, Jaha, whether or not his running standing fierce, is that actually easier to do now? Because I saw a couple of videos.
I didn't see anybody playing Fuerte that was good. So I think somebody might have picked him by accident. But yeah, nobody that was good with them. But yeah, I heard there was a lot of changes, man. I was talking to Joey, and yeah, you're saying there's a lot of changes in that game. I don't know, man, but at the same time, a lot of it's the same too. But I don't know if it's enough to shift the lameness though, because lame is the way to play in that game.
I think the lameness will be different. I think that's the whole point of it, is that
anti-lame now.
Yo, hold up, wait, let me interrupt for a second. There's this rumor going around that like Stop is faster. I would like to see anybody pull out any type of confirmation whatsoever that Stop is faster, because like Stop is 3 frames and most like normal people can't easily tell the difference between like 3 frames and 2 frames and 1 frame. Like you can tell the difference when like a frame changes, but in that small time span, it's like kind of not feasible. And
I think they were just saying that because it looked like Run Stop Fierce was easier for people. Some people said it felt easier to do Run Stop Fierce, or they saw other people doing it and assumed it was easier.
There's been a thread that's been attached to that the Stop is faster, and I really don't think that that's true, and there's no reason to believe it's true. No official reports have said it's true. I think that like somebody at the arcade just said, yo, his Stop feels faster. And then like 30 people on the stream were like, oh my god, Stop's faster. And then they like tweeted it and put it on their Facebook and like, I don't know, fucking put it on their like Netflix Messenger status. And it just kind of got around. But there's no reason to believe that's the case. So I'd like to just put that one out there now. And if anybody has any kind of definitive proof, y'all should bring that out, because there probably isn't any. I think what actually has been being like hypothesized is that the range on Close Fierce has gotten further. Like that's what the Fortes were saying the next day if you watched that same stream, and that's possible. And that would make One Stop Fierce a little bit easier, because the pushback seems to have actually been increased from vanilla to super, because Run Stop Fierce seems a little bit harder there, but it doesn't really make a difference. Fuerte sucks, man. Like the other changes are probably they'll make more of a difference to him than Run Stop Fierce getting easier. Like Run Stop Fierce, you're not gonna land on half the cats. It's just not. It's not especially feasible. But giving him chain light attacks might actually make a huge difference. So,
it just depends who you run into, man. Because remember Kai at the 09 Evo, his Fuerte, he ran into a lot of Zangiefs, man. And when he played at Evo, and he got really far. Like, cause all the things were like, okay, when, they're just main reaction was like, yo, my anti-air is gonna be Lariat. And then every time, he lariated, he did the flip, fajita, whatever, and would place it right on top of the lariat.
Yeah.
And and none of them could figure that out, what to do.
Yeah, those people are fools, though. Like, I'm gonna beat everybody that doesn't know how to fight my character. And I'll feel horrible while I do it. But when I finally fight the geef that knows that backdash and forward dash against the normal wake-up games from Forte start to skew the risk-reward outside of his advantage, then, you're gonna have to reevaluate things. I don't know. I think that's a pretty decent fight. Like, it's probably in Geef's favor in vanilla, and probably still in Geef's favor a little bit in super. Yeah, but definitely Forte can fight that fight with good placement. I think on the meaty tortillas if he does them right. I'm not sure though. I've only played one good Geef that really knew that match in tournament, and he mopped the floor with me. And it's kind of hard to say how his meaty tortilla actually works against Geef with his weird little backdashes. But if you just do the splashes get totally destroyed. You gotta be more advanced in that fight and take it pretty slowly.
Yeah, so I'm about to abandon my character, man. What's killing me with Rufus is from vanilla to super, of course with all the changes, damage and life and stuff, but what killed me the most is his dive kick is definitely got nerfed from super. He used to be pretty instant, and then now he does this animation where he stops in the air before he starts coming down with the dive kick, and there's a lot of anti-airs that he can't do nothing about, a lot of jumping strongs and stuff from Jury or Bison or whatever. So I don't know, man. I'm soul searching.
Ultra 2, thank goodness for that. I mean,
I didn't really care about that, but I mean, just the utility wise, you're not gonna do an Ultra 2 unless your opponent gives you the opportunity to use it. If they know you got it, they're okay, I know I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that, so you're not gonna hit me with that. So you'll never get it off, But
they had that suction thing, so you can just do a neutral jump if he's close enough. It would go.
Yeah, that was pretty BS. But if you're playing somebody really good, they're gonna be okay, I'm not gonna do this, this, and this because you're gonna ultra me. But
when he has Ultra 2, you got the advantage because they're scared to do almost anything. I mean, what are you gonna do? You could only throw grapes at the nigga. I mean, at that point,
Yeah, but if you get your knockdown and you're mixing them up and you get a combo, you're not going to be able to. You're not using it, and that's when you're winning a fight. It's of course the utility Ultra 1's better, but the Ultra 2's, it was really good too. But I don't know. But it's the basic stuff in the fight, utility wise that's killing me the most. First is the dive kick gets a big nerf, and now it's the Messiah. Now he doesn't really have anything. He doesn't have he used to control airspace pretty well, People used to be scared to jump in on him and stuff, and now he's not really a threat in the air. You gotta just guess EX Snake Strikes or something.
I'm kind of interested to see. Well, first of all, for the DLC, a lot of people are complaining about, okay, we got Shell Moore get money out for Street Fighter 4. I'm wait, welcome to the 21st century, first of all. Secondly, I mean, I'm about 98% sure that Rolento will be a DLC when this game comes out, and all it's going to be forgiven, especially if he's godlike, and I think that, as Ski said, I don't believe this is the end of Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4 has only been out for 2 years and a few months, So I still think that we're going to see the inevitable Super Street Fighter 4 Turbo, because if you notice, they didn't change the game mechanics at all through the 2 or 3 iterations we've been through, with the exception of the trade into Ultra stuff like that. But no real features added as far as.
Oh, they're not going to.
I think they will. It's.
Fuck it. I don't think so. What do you think, Keats?
Wait, what?
I think they're gonna run it into the ground.
I just heard my name. What's the question?
Do you think that they will change the mechanics to Street Fighter 4 if there's one more update? Yeah.
No, because with every past, with the exception of Street Fighter 2 series, where they didn't really change the system much, throughout the 5 or 6 iterations. Every other Street Fighter series has had massive, like, game-rocking changes to the system between every iteration, Street Fighter 3 New Generation to Second Impact to Third Strike is a good example, but the Alpha series is even more dramatic. Alpha 1 to Alpha 2 and Alpha 3 are all, like, brand new games, practically.
I don't think we can go off of what happened before because...
No, exactly. You're exactly right. Things are different now, and Capcom feels like if they make too big a change, people will feel like the time they invested was wasted, and I don't think anything with the name Street Fighter 4 on it is ever going to see a massive system change. It's going to take Street Fighter 5, or actually more realistically, Street Fighter Cross Tekken is using the Street Fighter 4 assets, but will probably have, drastically different gameplay. So
right,
you're not really going to see it out
I'm
of Street
talking
Fighter 4
about
series.
Massive or changes to the gameplay. I am talking about something that I was thinking is, I can see maybe like expanding the focus system, if they want to make the game more offensive, they can expand the focus system, I'm not talking about anything drastic like going from Alpha 1 to Alpha 2, like adding custom combos or anything like that. We're not going to see anything like that in Street Fighter 4. I'm pretty sure of that.
You know what they're going to do is they're going to follow the model of all these other popular games and run it and drive the game and run it into the ground, dude, till it's not beaten anymore, or just keep it going. They're gonna have a game that's gonna satisfy the Street Fighter 4 fans. They're not gonna just make Marvel and abandon all the Street Fighter 4 fans and stuff. So
I think they're going for the Madden model.
They're just gonna keep it going. That's just like Rock Band, Madden.
Why make a big change
World
when
of
you can just release it again with a couple small updates and people will buy it?
Keep your fans happy. So
I wouldn't mind that. I mean, if it means adding more characters that are good, that are unique, why would anyone be mad about that? I mean,
who knows? Like the Tekken versus Street Fighter might play just like Street Fighter 4. It might be like the next thing for a while to keep the Street Fighter 4 fans happy for a little while. It might be that engine. I mean, Eno is still there. That's his project. That's his system that they came up with for 4. I don't think it's the last we've seen of it. If they make it work, and if they're making money off it, I mean, in a recession they're making money off of it, so it's his baby.
Yeah, bottom line is if you don't enjoy playing Street Fighter 4, even though it's a solid game, then just go play Marvel 3. That's what I'm going to do. Or play whatever you like, Arcana Heart 3 is looking pretty sweet, too, if you're into that. And King of Fighters 13 and MK9. So you have lots of options this year.
What are you implying by if you're into that and Arcana Heart 3?
Yeah, you know what I'm implying.
What are you implying, huh?
You know exactly what I'm implying. And also Tekken Tag 2. I don't want to forget about that because that looks awesome.
Yeah, that one's supposed to come out in arcades this year, right? At least
spring or something in arcades, yeah. But that's probably like Japanese arcades, so we'll only see a couple of the machines here before console.
We might get lucky and see that this year on console, maybe. Tekken, the last Tekken released in like in October, right?
Sorry, I had to get something to drink. What were you guys saying?
We were just talking about 2011, Tekken Tag, the other games that are alternatives to Street Fighter 4 games available if you're not up for Street Fighter 4 because your character sucks or what have you.
People don't have that kind of choice, I think.
But it's one of those things where it's
like play Street Fighter 4 or sit in a corner alone.
I mean, it's one of those things that we're still finding new stuff in Super Street Fighter 4. And AE is already out. I mean, like for example, when I thought that was something really interesting. That Seth concept video that shows that he can carry his SPD. And I mean, it's stuff like that is still being found. I'm not sure because when I look at the nerfs that they did from Super Street Fighter 4, the arcade edition, compared to how Capcom did other games, the nerfs are almost nothing. Because I mean, if you're talking about dismantling a character, Capcom used to do that at will between games, you know. But when I look at the nerfs for all the characters, none of them look to the point where, okay, this character can't be used anymore. You know, it looks, and I've always been thinking that the nerfs that they've done is to shake up the tier list, to make the game newer, you know, not to have the same people at the top. Forces you to rediscover the game, to play the game, to find out who's the king, you know, who's the top dog now, you know. I think that's the reason why they nerf, you know, why they nerf some people and some people get buffs, and then people who get buffs, they'll get nerfs, and then other people get buffs. You know, it's the circle of life.
I don't know. It's kind of like an interesting theoretical question, but I don't really think that they're trying to say like, all right, like, well, Sagat was good before, so we got to make sure Sagat's not that good this time. I think they might be saying, like, Sagat was too good last time, so we got to make sure he's not that good this time. And then they may find out that that was an error and find out that Sagat was, you know, as good as he should have been and everybody else wasn't good enough or something like that. And it's really hard to figure out exactly what they think the game should be. You know, like, whether they're trying to do the same thing every time. Like, there's really no way for us to find that, to find those answers, like, short of talking to Seth or Ono or whoever. But I think that they're just trying to, like, for sure, make each character able to win every match. Like, and I think that they probably realize that as a goal is, like, harder, is, like, far easier said than done. And, like, they can't even really predict, like, what it's going to look like at the end of the day. Like, they're making the tools for us to figure out, you know, but the layers of complexity get so great that they can't predict exactly how it's going to go. And, you know, sometimes you can see, I think that even sometimes they kind of hedge. They might run out of time and say, like, all right, well, I still think that that's a little bit overpowered, but I think that like he's not strong enough in the rest of the areas like Fuerte. Like, I think that Fuerte had a super strong Ultra in Super Street Fighter because they said, well, you know, he can't really deal damage in other areas. Like, he's not going to feasibly land damage a lot of other times, so he has to have this Ultra that does big damage, right? And we don't even like that as a concept. So that's why that's like nerfed in the next one, and that's why people say, you know, why would you nerf a character that's already not the best as a question, and that's the answer. You know, it doesn't have to be that the character's the best. They can still look at aspects of the character and not agree with them and still be trying to like fix things, and it's just such an ongoing process because you move one tiny little piece and everything else shifts in the puzzle.
Yeah. well, the thing about that though is that when you are considering, when I look at the changes from Super Street Fighter 4 to AE, one of their main goals is obviously that very little to no BS, no one button wins. That looks like a big factor in when they're looking at changes, because all the changes that they've done had to do something with a character that had an advantage they feel that they shouldn't have. They really believe that you have to, in this game, it's like the anti-ST. There's no such thing as landing two combos and being dead. They really want you to fight tooth and nail to earn your win. Whether you agree with that philosophy or not, I think that that's one of the things that they try to do. You know, I think that as even though that these nerfs, that some of them that we may not particularly agree with, I can also say that these nerfs that they've done, it looks like that they actually really did think about what they were doing, and not just randomly just going in and changing the character. I think, as you said, they look at the character, they look at how he meshes with other characters, the matchup with other characters, and then deal accordingly. You know, so I mean, I would just like to see. Well, I just like to see more. I just like to see more characters personally. That's my only thing. I know 37 is not enough for me.
Damn, man. God. You know how many fights that is to learn for a tournament?
But that's what I want. You know what? It doesn't make no sense. Let me preface this by saying it does not make any sense what I'm about to say. I want people to go into fights not knowing what the fuck to do, because those are usually some of the funniest ones. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it's frustrating to the player. You know, plus it's not like that these characters that they're putting in are nothing that we ever heard of. You know, we know. I mean, we know what, you know, when they put in Guy, when they put in Dudley, we know what to more or less expect from them. You know, it's not like it's a totally new character. So, but you know, I'm all for it. I think they should go for broke. Add everybody from Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, the Third Strike, and the EX series. Man, go for broke. Go for it.
I think the thing is, when they start adding characters, they've probably realized that if their goal is to make a balanced game, once you start adding characters, it can get pretty tough. It can get pretty tough because, like, the new characters, the old characters always have the benefit of being play tested and tweaked,
right,
to like work against each other. And then the new characters, you just don't have that much data. So it's always gonna be this like process, I feel like, of refining the game. And like that's why Keith said, you know, it's like the Madden model. And it makes sense, but like instead of with Madden where I don't know what they're trying to do every year in the game, like make a new game. At least you could say in the new Street Fighter 4, they're trying to make a better Street Fighter 4 than the game was last year. But I think both games try to make it more easy mode so that they could get the new player audience.
You know, I think both of those games follow the model.
Well, I mean, I think that's the case with Street Fighter 4. Like, that's what the game is for. The game is for, like, people that aren't into fighting games to be able to get into fighting games. And I feel like it, you know, it's going to be like that stepping stone game. If the game persists, like we said, like the Madden model, we don't know if this game will be out at the same time as Street Fighter Cross Tekken. But, I mean, if you imagine that they are, then, and the game is still being updated, then the game will definitely be the like simpler alternative to Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Because I mean that would only be like the natural choice. Street Fighter 4 is there for people to like jump in.
But how
and
do
everything.
We know it's not going to be the opposite? How do we know that Street Fighter vs. Tekken won't be the one that's simple?
I mean, it could be, but for that to happen, then there would have to be no more Street Fighter 4, because that's what Street Fighter 4 is, and they're not gonna bother with two of those. I mean, that would be, I feel like, not like feasible. I mean, that just wouldn't be like smart. I mean, of course, like they're gonna try to make every game, you know, good for entry level anybody, more so than, you know, 10 years ago, but it's clear that, you know, like Street Fighter 4 doesn't have fucking air dashes, air blocks, fucking alpha counters, you know what I mean, block stun, really, you know what I mean, like, there's a lot of things that just aren't there that are in plenty of other fighting games that Capcom has made and will be in probably other fighting games that Capcom will make. So, I mean, we're of course only speculating to an extent on this, because it's like, how deep are we into Capcom's business practices, like marketing goals and strategies? We don't really know, but I mean, this really seems to be the case.
Well, I think that every year we're going to see something about Street Fighter, because Street Fighter is still their flagship. So, you know, they are still known for Street Fighter. So, I expect that, as I said before, I don't think that. You know, they're going to neglect Street Fighter 4 anyway. I think that even after it gets released on console, if they're not going to update like the game engine, you know, then I expect them to add more characters. I expect them to add 2 or 3 characters maybe every year, you know, to keep things, and then maybe with those characters that are added, you know, they will, you know, do some refining to some existing characters, especially if they find something that's really abusable or anything, or game breaking. They'll go ahead and take care of that as well. So I think that you know, that's probably their, you know, their business model is to just keep Street Fighter in people's minds. You know,
that's the model for like most fighting games now. You know, Blaze Blue and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Even we're going to see that for sure. There's DLC characters that come out. When the DLC characters come out, they're patched in, and with the patch comes gameplay changes, gameplay tweaks based on, you know, the last few months of play, and they have however many characters. You know, they have basically they could add characters to Street Fighter 4 for fucking ever. They have so many characters that they could draw on if they wanted to, and still try to,
not just characters,
refine the game
too. They can do unique. I mean that's the thing. I mean, I hope that when they do add more characters, like I want to see Rolento because there's no one else like him. Rolento is his own character. He can't really be likened to any other character, So hopefully, if they do add more characters, I want to see unique characters too, Even though I say that, I'm not mad so much about Evil Ryu because if he turns out to be a playable character, he may be godlike. Who knows? I mean, because everyone's assuming he's just going to be a palette swap like he was in Alpha 3 and Alpha 2. No, I think he'll be his own model and. He's not gonna bear too much resemblance to the Ryu that we know, because they already know that they're expecting them to take shortcuts. I think that he might actually be a godlike character. Who knows?
I'm pretty sure he's gonna be definitely his own type of Shoto because all the Shotos, they got their own identity. I don't think they would fuck with the Capcom fans like that, because you gotta remember the fighting game community has been we've been through some darker times. I can remember Capcom, their flagship #1 moneymaker was like Resident Evil.
Right.
1998. And look where we're at now, We're, a long way from Resident Evil fucking, even considering making another game at this point,
Yeah.
Crazy.
And that's a good thing. That's another thing to point out, and I said before, people need to stop complaining. I mean, we have become a nation of complainers, man. I'm like, come on, man. We just 2 years ago we had nothing to look forward to, man. Nothing to look forward to other than 2 years ago today. All we had to look for was HD Remix. We were just, look at what we got on the horizon, man. It's like we're in a dream, really.
I never say and this is just me in general in my life. I'm never gonna say never again, because I really never thought there would be Marvel 3. I thought that series was done. That's one of those things I think we can all say, like, oh yeah, that's never going to happen,
We had a hint. 2 years ago, Kai went, Chaos Dunk. He went out to I forgot what was the event, but he talked to the Marvel execs, and they mentioned that they were not too happy what was done with the Marvel series the fighting game post Capcom. When they gave it over to what's-it-called, and then they had the license for a while, and the shit was just absolutely, it was horrible, it was terrible, Charles Barkley said, terrible, so and then it doesn't take much to look at what they did and look what Capcom did when they get the license back, Marvel 3. That's what I want. I want Marvel. Now I want Marvel versus DC. I want DC comic. People are like, oh, that'll never happen. I'm like, yeah, but that's what they said about Marvel 3. I want this shit to really take off. Marvel versus DC would just be the epitome. I'm just saying that would be. Yeah.
I would have, if this was like a few years ago, I would have said, nah, fuck that. I want Mortal Kombat versus DC, yo.
Right.
That's what I want. Leave Marvel with the Capcom.
I'm never saying never again. Like, if you told me that, hey, they're making Street Fighter versus Tekken, I'd be like, you're freaking crazy. What are you smoking? Really? Get out of here.
Yeah,
and
Marvel 3.
There it is.
What does that say? You know what that says? That says that, that...
Never say never, yeah.
Never
like, if you're saying
never.
there's never going to be a Capcom versus DC game or something like that, don't. You can really... It's nothing safe, I don't think.
Yeah, CVS 3. People say there's going to be no CVS 3. Okay, how do you... Okay. It's,
you never know. CVS might be free, they make their own Capcom game around it. That's what they,
Yeah, Capcom versus Arc. We've been talking. There was. I think that really did exist for a bit. Sammy versus Capcom.
Yeah.
I think that did exist. It was on the drawing board, and then, because of some, some issues that game never came to fruition. I would like to see of that now.
Yeah, if Capcom does another fighting game with another company, Capcom's coming in as a top dog every time, so they're just, it's just up to them how low they want to stoop. And they're like, oh yeah, Tekken got respect. Tekken's known. Tekken's OG. I can hang out with Tekken.
It's just interesting though, because unlike CVS3 and SNK, or SVC, these games are being developed concurrently, but they're not developed, they're not being developed with exchanging ideas. It's not collaborative. They're both doing their own thing, and it's sort of like it's a collaboration but a competition at the same time. Because
you can't make the game like both. You can't be a perfect blend. It has to like lean in one direction,
They should do Capcom versus Def Jam. That shit would be hot. Ryu versus Batman. You could get Redman on your team. You got Ryu and Redman, and when they do Team Super, like Redman just raps while Ryu does fireballs. That shit would be sick.
You breaking up, Basky?
Young Jeezy would be on there. Jay-Z.
He don't care.
I need more crossovers from Capcom. I'm just like, I don't want to see DC because that's too like natural for me, too straight up. I want to see Capcom versus something crazy.
I thought Tekken versus Capcom was pretty crazy already.
Nah, man, that's not. That was crazy, right? That was crazy. That was already the end, right? There's no more. You can't just cross me with a fighting game anymore. Because that's already like, you broke out of fucking 2D, 3D, like it's Capcom, Namco, these monoliths. It's like, fuck it. Like, I don't even want to see Capcom versus like a fighting game anymore. I want to see like Capcom versus like NBC. And then like Chun-Li is just fighting the people from Glee or something like, I want something like totally fresh and straight up that like you just haven't thought of. Like Capcom versus like the fucking Democrats of the House of Representatives or something like that. And then it's like Hakan is oiling up versus Pelosi on the House floor. Something crazy.
Well, I don't know if they'll use politicians. Politicians are kind of boring.
Yeah.
They'll probably use some other video game characters somehow, Like maybe Sony.
Yeah. Well, like Konami would be pretty sick, actually. There's a lot of Konami characters.
I mean, I could see Capcom versus the Cartoon Network.
Oh, like Capcom versus Adult Swim? And make it like a Smash Brothers game?
That would work. Adult Swim has enough characters.
Yeah, there's a shit ton. But actually, they probably incur even more licenses after that. I don't know.
Spawn for AE download. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I actually can't wait to play it now because I want to play Yun, but, it's like, can't practice at home. Gotta go to the arcade or whatnot.
At least you can go to an arcade, man. I mean, it's just
yeah,
like when,
everyone should check that out, like if you ever, when you go to EVO, and some people, they go to California for a little while before they go to EVO. That's definitely, put that on your to-do list.
I might make a drive out to Philadelphia pretty soon. They got it. They do have a cabinet at University Pinball in Philadelphia if you're anywhere on the East Coast.
Snap.
Yeah, if you can't make it up to New York, they do have it in Philly, and I'm not sure of anywhere else.
Yeah, so they have it in Philly, they have it in Chinatown Fair, they have it in Texas, they have it in SoCal, in a few locations, and then they have it in NorCal at the Sunnyvale Golfland. So I'm not sure where else they have it. I know there's like a list or whatnot, but that's a lot of locations. That's more than I expected. People thought
I wouldn't call it a lot, but yeah, it's probably a little bit more than I expected to. I expected like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I expected like 1 or 2 on the West Coast, 1 on the East Coast, and that's it. That's good.
Yeah, it's better than I thought it was going to be. But
that's all right. Marvel 3, I'll see you in that, Tokido. Right. Tokido is coming to final round. We got super duper off topic. We were talking about that like an hour ago.
Yeah, we should really get back to that because that's
Tokido is actually coming to final round. Shin Blocker came on AlphaISM Radio a few months ago and announced that they were having final RAM bats in Japan in a really nice building. People in Japan, people that have been in Japan have seen this. They've been holding like weekly or monthly, I think actually monthly RAM bats, and the winner of these RAM bats wins a trip to final round. It's pretty sick. So Kito's won that, or like he's like guaranteed first if he's not first already. So he's like pretty much guaranteed to be at final round, which is really incredible. It's the first time that they've had, I think a Japanese player. They've definitely had Koreans maybe for Tekken, something like that. But some Japanese Street Fighter players are going to take it to even the next level. So great to see final round doing that. And Tokido, he's just going to come. He's going to be able to line up a bunch of dudes for money matches. He's going to win he's going to win a good 70-80% of them because he's Tokido. It's pretty nice.
Ski, are you surprised? Because, I know that you can gauge, like, how good Tokido is, like, his setups and everything like that, how sick he is. Are you surprised that, every tournament that he's entered over here in the States that he hasn't taken down first or second? He gets, not even. He does, like, a handful of them he got upset and didn't even place.
I'm not surprised because, man, like, there's just so many people playing games now. It's like, it's hard to be dominant. And of course, like, the games I feel now, they have like less dominant strategies. And Tokido is, kind of trying to like pick the most dominant strategies and like, win that way. So like, without block stun, without ways to kill you while you're blocking and crap like that, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit harder, but he still does really well. And like, he even did well like the most recent version of Blaze Blue, and he's not really well versed in that. He's really good in the original Blaze Blue. So when he came over for SoCal Regionals, he did incredibly well in like every game. He was top 16 and even Tekken out there. So, like, I'm not surprised that like specialists are able to beat him, but I know that he's not trying like super hard in all of those games. But when he's a specialist,
I doubt that, dude. They're always trying super hard, I think. I don't.
No,
think
I mean that he's not practicing. He's not. He's not practicing those games. I don't mean that he's sandbagging in a tournament. I mean that he's not practicing those games outside of the tournament like hardcore. He's practicing Street Fighter 4, and I believe he'll practice Marvel 3. So it's no surprise that he can get top 16 in Tekken, but I'm also not surprised that Tekken specialists are able to beat him because he doesn't know the intricacies of the game, and that's where he makes his money. He gets by in Street Fighter 4 with like the cheapest shit, and it's hard. It's hard to know like the cheapest shit. Like, you can learn some cheap shit in Tekken, but you can't like really learn your way around it without playing it. So, you can get yourself so far with your execution and your cursory knowledge, but without like the intricacies, knowing the intricacies and having that experience, I think that there's enough specialists in these games now in America that they can hold them off.
I think it's the way the game is. I think it's the way the game is, man. I mean, suppose I'm some amateur player and you're destroying me in a round, and that you just filled up my ultra meter. Now you got to play different. Now you got to like be a little more careful now and back off all of a sudden for nothing, just because you've been winning. Hit you at an ultra, even it up. It's an easy close game right there automatically. It's just.
Yeah, but he gets an ultra too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, I don't know. I do know what you mean though. It's kind of, it definitely turns the tide. There's a comeback factor that hasn't existed before. That definitely it allows people to come back.
Yeah, it's like you get, you're doing good, but you're not getting rewarded for it. Like, I mean, you maybe beat me down, yeah, but you're not getting extremely rewarded because I'm getting filled up with the strongest super in the game, which is the ultra.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's the dynamic of the game that. You're not. It's like the game is not built that you can really be dominant in it with anything. You gotta remember that the days that of our previous games, Marvel 2 on Dreamcast, Third Strike on PlayStation, there was no DLC, no patches. That stuff was, things of the future, that were impossible. So it is a different day. So that could be part of the dynamic too,
I don't mind the comeback. I don't mind the comeback factor in Street Fighter 4. I don't mind the ultras because, it's you still got to play the game. You still got to land the thing. So I think that the whole point of Street Fighter 4 is that, that they like the game where even when you're down, you're not totally out of it. Because if you're the better character, you will win whether there's ultras in the game or not. I think that's what they're trying to say with Street Fighter 4. But what you guys were saying about Tokido coming to final round, I have a question though: is which scene will progress? How can I say this? Which scene will progress quickly with learning the game faster? Because you know what, I'm sure as soon as the MV3 come out, we're going to see God's Garden Marvel 3 tournaments.
Dude, you don't understand. I am seething. I will fucking rip down mountains right now. I am so fucking hungry. I will tear mountains apart, like bit by bit. I will polarize the mountain into a small pile of sand and blow it into Takedo's face. You know what I mean? Take that, hold that shit. They ain't getting this. They can't have Marvel, son. They fucking
man. I know, and you sound just like Larry did. I'm just saying though. Oh man, I don't know, man. It's just I still feel like we just you're underestimating them, man. I'm just saying, I understand that Marvel has always been our game, but it's a new age. To take it from Marvel too, it's a new age of heroes.
Yo, I don't fucking care. I will lose my voice screaming for Justin if I can't beat him. I'll be like, fuck it. If I can't do it, he can. You are not taking this shit from us. Fuck it. Somebody will do it. If I don't do it, somebody will do it.
I'm just saying though, it's like I was talking to Larry and I said, man, I'm like, you're a professional, so I know that you won't boo nobody or anything like that. But I said, I expect to see some saltiness in your face if Tokido or Daigo wins, final round in Marvel 3. You got to hand on the trophy. He's like, here you go.
There's no way. There's no way. Tokido, maybe. See, if the thing is that Marvel 3 is not actually Marvel 2, it's not it's not the next Marvel 2. It's not new Marvel 2.
When you say no way, other than Justin, who's gonna be, who's gonna step up and be the defender? You can't automatically assume Yipes or Sanford will automatically, be really good at the game.
Yo, we got a nation of anime players, son. We got a nation of weeboos.
That's true.
A whole nation of them.
We run it deep, but I'm just saying, when it comes to the Marvel players, all the skills that made them good in Marvel, it's kind of out the window in this game. I took everything, everything out of this game.
I agree.
And who knows? It's hard to estimate the way the dynamic's going to work because the dynamic is so different now. We got O9ers, we got Filipino champs, the best player in the U.S. as far as I'm concerned. On paper, he's an O9er. Look at that dynamic. The dynamic's out of control.
So are you saying that Marvel 3 past accomplishments don't mean a whole lot?
I don't think so. Other than, Justin, of course, is going to probably be good at the game because he's good at every game. He's just so smart. But
he's just one man, though, because if you take him out, then America's hope is gone, right?
No. You can't.
Well, no.
There's Justin. Okay. There's everybody. There's Justin who will be good at Marvel 3.
Right.
Because Justin is good at every game.
Right. Yes.
And you have Sanford and Max who will be good at Marvel 3, not just because they're good at Marvel 2, but because they want to be good at Marvel 3, and they have the technical ability to be good at Marvel 3. At least Yipes. I'm not sure if Sanford will be in it, but Yipes has already said he's going to go on hardcore in that game, and we know that Yipes has it in him, right? But the only other people that might have something of a leg up on this, like, then and descending layers are like TVC players, because the game is like somewhat like TVC. It's a departure from TVC, but jumping into the game, TVC players will feel comfortable, more comfortable than people that played any other game, except for maybe people that play other anime games like Arcana Heart, Multi Blood,
But
Guilty
TVC players are scrubs.
No, they're not.
Nobody plays TVC.
No. See, watch.
Because Skisonic and Keats just play it. And they play
No, not
Smart
me.
takes down first, no problem,
Oh, not me. I'll get 8 players, 8 TVC players that will own Tokido and Marvel 3. Karasa. Yeah, Karasa, Monito, Rai. Those are at least 3. And that's at least 3. And I like them over Tokido.
You said 8.
Look, man, I don't have the album, the photo album.
You can include yourself.
No.
Okay, so it's 7 now.
No, we're gonna hold off on me, but I got 3 at least. I got 3.
3.
What is it? Hey, come on, how many do you really need?
Lynn, man, okay, this is not really helping my confidence at all. I'm just
there's
putting it
K-Beast, and then there's
Another thing that, I'm listening to what Jaguar is saying. He's saying that MVC console only is going to hurt their player base since, TVC was an arcade game. That's another thing that we're going to have too. Yeah, we're going to be running so deep with Marvel. Like, Japanese people don't understand the popularity of these characters, and why they were selected. They don't understand that, it's based off of American popularity,
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what's up with Deadpool. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Why is he in there? And he's
But
like the most anticipated comic book character to see in a fighting game.
But we're not talking about Japan at large. We're not talking about whether Japan is going to beat the U. I'm just talking about, because, we're talking about Tokido and Daigo, but most likely it's going to be a few more of the elite from Japan playing this game. I'm just saying are we going to have enough do we have enough elite MVC3 players to make sure they don't win?
Free.
Okay.
I like Royal Flush, but I'm not naming no Giants players. Sorry, guys.
I think we're just gonna run so deep with Marvel though. There's gonna be everybody playing it. It's gonna be Sony players and comic book fans and Capcom fans and
we're gonna need it because here's another thing that we didn't talk about. At least what Daigo was talking about. Daigo's talked about spending time in the U.S. playing this game, so he's gonna be like the spy. He's gonna be the spy. He's gonna be eyeballing all of our little tricks.
We should just act like an asshole with Daigo and not want to play him unless he wants to play for money only.
Exactly.
Nah.
You said so. Let me put this out there. All the good Marvel 2 players are going to play Marvel 3. If you play with Daigo, sandbag that shit. All right.
And then if you want to play him for real, you have to play for money, because that's how Daigo does. It's like, I don't play for free. Only if you got a money match.
I mean, it would be awesome if this was if there was MSP in the game, because then you would be I'm gonna fuck Daigo up for free because he's not gonna know how to block it. But MSP's not in the game.
MSP is in the game. What are you talking about?
No, MSP's not in the game, and it's not Marvel 2 MSP. I mean, there's just there's really no reason to feel comfortable versus Tokido or Daigo, because most people that are listening, most people have no reason to believe that they're going to be better at Marvel 3 than Tokido or Daigo, because Tokido and Daigo are much better than them at video games. And Marvel 3 is not Marvel 2, so it's...
the dynamic that comes into play is that there's no fundamental that comes into play. If you play, Street Fighter 4 comes out, Daigo has a very, good Ryu fundamental base, and he just transfers that into the game.
Right.
There's no, you have all this stuff, that knowledge and experience from Marvel, but I don't think a lot of it comes into play.
Yeah, we don't even know if you're going to be able to just try dash, short rocket punch, maybe, maybe not.
Hold on. We're missing something. I just found this out last week. I did not know that Daigo played Guilty Gear. I did not know he wins at Guilty Gear.
He played that, and he played Darkstalkers. And
I'm like, so
he was one of the top Darkstalkers players in Japan. Like, he was like the best at Darkstalkers in Japan. Like, he was owning people.
Because I was asking the same question, like, well, this ain't Street Fighter 4. He gonna get. And then someone showed me some videos of him dominating with So Bad Guy in Guilty Gear. I'm like, where the hell have I been?
Yeah, he can dial some combos too. But I mean,
yeah, they're like, oh, this guy has uppercut? That's all I need to know.
Exactly.
You know, but yeah, we'll have to see. You know, I'm not really worried about them too much. I think all eyes are going to be on Justin, Sanford, Yives,
Morn.
You know, and yeah, and just the top Marvel players
Skisonic.
first. Yeah, all eyes are going to be expected.
Who said that? Huh? Yeah.
Ghost Town Ski.
Man, I just can't believe, man. It's 45 days away. Just more or less. But let me actually, hey, Skeletor, I'm sorry, man. We gonna get to you, man. We gonna get to you. You know, because I definitely want to hear from you because I haven't had you on the show.
This reminds me of where I put that, where he's like the guy from Fleetwood Mac, and you're like, yo, man, I'm sorry, man, we gonna get to you, and then you never get to him. It's just like...
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, I'm tripping.
Yeah, League of Legends is I've you know, it's like the easy mode of Han or Dota or whatnot, but you know, that's the popular thing right now. That's the fun thing, you know.
Have you played that League of Legends?
Yes. Yeah, I just started. It's fun. It's fun. It's you know, but you gotta. It's not free. I mean, like the game is free, and you can play the heroes that they have on trial for free.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like the other heroes, if you want to play them, you gotta, you know, buy them with points, and to get enough points to buy a character, you probably gotta win like 6 games. Either that, or you just buy in for Riot points and just buy like a couple hero bundles, which I did.
Yeah, I read a little bit about it. It seems pretty.
It's just a Dota game, you know, but it's you played Dota with us.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like a Dota game, but just a little easy mode. But it's pretty popular and scrub friendly, free. It's not as hardcore as like Han, you know. So it depends what you want to, you know. You're a little more competitive. You probably want to play Han, but if you want to just play for fun or whatnot, play League of Legends.
I see.
You know, because I mean, you know, these games, I'm gauging them like off my emotions. Like I'm trying to play StarCraft too, and like I feel so stressed out and panicky, and I feel anxiety and shit, you know, and medically, that's not
like a
good
drug,
for you, you know. Yeah, it's not good for you, you know. Like during those moments, you know, your heart is racing, your blood pressure is spiking, all this. So man, I gotta stop playing this game, man. It's not good.
So League of Legends, you're like chill. You just like
well, no, you know what it is about StarCraft is just that you gotta be good at managing multiple things, you know, and like you'll have like, you know, your army, and then you're pumping units, and then like your expansion's getting like dropped on.
So like
know,
World of Warcraft is like crack, and League of Legends is like weed.
World of Warcraft is like a freaking hamster ball where you just keep on hamster wheel. You just keep on playing and doing missions with people and just gearing up, playing dress up, you know, gear up online. But the game requires you to be really dedicated. Like, you know, it's not like you can start a party and just take off. You know, you're staying there till it's done, or you're screwed, you know. But League of Legends is like you know, it's a 5 versus 5 team fight game. You know, average game goes from like half an hour to 45 minutes. You know. So, different stuff. You know, I'm just into my PC games, keep me occupied because I'm bored. Not like playing any shooters because I think shooters have gone to shit.
Man, you know the last shooter I played because I'm not a hardcore. I don't like first-person shooters personally. I'm just because I'm no good at it. Of course, you don't like what you're good at. But Borderlands, when it came out, that almost drew me in.
Yeah, that's a MMO style FPS, man. That one's supposed to be like an RPG style. popular game. That and that Fallout game too.
Yeah, I've been meaning to try that as well. I mean, I was going to, try that. And there was another game that my brother just told me a couple of nights ago. I can't remember it now. I have to ask him. You know what? It's kind of funny. I got my mom hooked on the Xbox because I bought her an Xbox 360 last year.
Nice.
And she challenged me to like more Forza, right? Tonight. She wanted me to come. Now I went and visited her 2 months ago, and I thought she would just crash into walls on it. No, she's hardcore on that. She got the power slide and put on the handbrake and sliding through them turns and that PT Cruiser of hers. And and she's aggressive. I mean, she's like I don't crash into anybody. I'm just good, and I'm watching her play, and they're doing a replay, and she ain't got no front bumper, no front headlight, no front grill. I'm like, okay, Mom. I was like, you hit something. I'm like, no. Like, Mom, your bumper's gone. Oh, that's just how the car was designed. I'm like, no, Mom, you hit something. So I mean, so she wants to challenge me in them Forza later on tonight. Yeah, Borderlands nearly took me in. That game. It just got repetitive, and when people find out how you can do
that's what I hear.
Yeah,
that's what I hear towards the end. It gets repetitive, and I don't know. I'm not too big on the racing games either. I know Gran Turismo came out, and that's big, but I just can't sit through like a half an hour race and then like make one mistake and you just gotta start all over.
Might as well just sit there and work with the maintenance crew and put on.
That's not fun, man. That's like a task, bro. That's not fun. Rather outthink somebody, mind fuck somebody, deep mind fuck.
So what did you do for your birthday?
Just went to round one, man. Check that place out. I'm telling you, this place. You walk into this place, they have the 4-way Street Fighter AE setup. So, you got John Choi and Alex on one side, both on one side, streaking people all day, and then the machine will put them against each other eventually, So it was a really cool setup. They had that. They have like all these crane games where you win toys or iPods or whatever. Then they got the ticket games, and they got a full bowling alley, a bar, all these the print club where the girls take all the pictures and stuff. There's the karaoke booths where you can rent a booth and they give you a remote and play all the karaoke songs and stuff. It's crazy. They have all the arcade games. They have all the the Guitar Freaks, Drum Mania, all the big shooters and stuff like that. Time Crisis 4. Place is out of control, man. It's like and supposedly that the people that own the place or investors or whatnot, whatever you want to call them, they're from Japan. So it's like they pretty much brought a Japanese arcade to America, and it's on like the same level of like a Dave and Buster's. The only thing Dave and Buster's probably has on it is that they have more full bars and that they have like restaurant setup. But I mean they have pool tables too, But other than that. They totally blow any place away, if you ask me. Definitely a place, you guys got to check out.
Okay, I'm a little bit jealous, but okay.
Sometime. Flo was out there, Marm was out there. Alex, Troy, we're just all playing AE, scrubbing it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy we got shit to look forward to. Like I said, we got Marvel in 6 weeks. We got Arcade DLC coming in 5 months roughly. And
then Tekken, the Tekken Street Fighter.
Street Fighter vs. Tekken, it's...
And then I'm sure by the time, like, all these games drop, they're already going to have, add-ons or... they're just going to probably wing it, see which one takes off. Gets really popular, whatever one they sell millions of copies of, they're going to just run with that one,
Which I really do feel that, it'll be interesting because I don't know which one is going to win, obviously. I am... In the beginning, I thought that Street Fighter 4 will still be the king. But then I realized that today's young people were not even born. That tells you how old we are. When ST came out, much less World Warrior. So, they don't have the same affinity for Street Fighter series as we do. You know, so I honestly think that Marvel or one of the Tekken games, the Tekken crossover games, may be the one that kind of overtakes Street Fighter because, you know, Tekken, you know, that when PlayStation 1 came out, you know, that was a big game for them, you know. I mean, I think that today's young people are probably more familiar with Tekken than they are with Street Fighter because Street Fighter's been on a 10-year hiatus. You know, so, and for Marvel, for just, you know, obvious reasons why that game will be more popular. Alright, I just messaged Skeletor G, and he playing League. I'm like, you know what? Man, you bitch-made nigga. You know, but he said he'll be on here in a few. So, because I know I've been dying to talk to that dude, you know, see what's been going on with him. I said that I was going to try to get Wizard on here, but man, I mean, everyone just kind of disappeared today. I chose New Year's Day because I felt like that everyone would be home. Then I realized that this is Saturday night when people would normally go out. I didn't want to do Sunday because Sunday, you know, I'm sorry, I mean, I'm a Rams fan. I've been a Rams fan through the good times and through the bad times. And they got a chance to go to the playoffs tomorrow, so I'm definitely going to be watching that. So it's
What up, Ski? I mean, what up, Ben?
Yeah, Ski's gone. Yeah.
yeah. He had to bounce, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You know, it really sounded good when we first talked about it. You know, I mean, we were doing a lot of reminiscing on the old shows and listening to old stuff, you know. So, your show sounded good, but here we are.
Well, I just said, well, hold on. Yeah, you know what? I bet Blam, I bet that as time gets closer to Marvel 3 release, I think that a lot of people are going to be taking a look at the Marvel 2 Japan videos. A few of them on there, you know. But I watched that one where this dude with his Omega Red, you know, he just totally owned. What's his face?
Is that the one that uses like Omega Red, Juggernaut,
BB Hood,
and like
yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. He just goes for the kill, man. At level 3.
Yeah, with Omega Red, they just look, you know, Mike Infinite looked positively lost, you know, just because he just never played a good Omega Red before, and I mean, it was just not even funny, you know.
Yeah, but you know, if you're using Sentinel and the top tier characters and you know so much stuff with them, it's just like kind of like a battle of attrition, you know. Because I mean, Marvel's not really about knowing matchups, you know. They just well at the high level, but I mean, there's not a lot of matchups you don't got to worry about, is what I'm saying, against the lower tier characters, you know. So you just kind of win with attrition. But yeah, it's pretty nasty when you have setups like that.
Yeah,
you just take up all your life.
No, we were talking about this a few nights ago, you know. Something that people were talking about, you know, is will Marvel 3 be good? You know, no one knows that but time. But I would say this: if Marvel 2 was good and virtually had none of the they didn't do no Marvel 2 beta testing and getting people's ideas and reactions and all that stuff. It just, with Marvel 3, we have more input in that game than possibly any game other than Street Fighter 4 for Capcom, and you know, so I can't see how the game won't be good because we know what's fun, you know, and although we're not programmers, let's not also forget that, you know, and I have no reservations that this game is going to be great, and it's not going to be Marvel 2, but it will have it'll be its own game, which we should really want. We don't really want it to be Marvel 2.5. We want it to be Marvel 3. We wanted to take the series to a new direction, and not just and expand on it. You know, not just doing the same thing over and over again. You know, and a lot of the hate I've been seeing. It's the same hate that they put on Marvel 2. You know, when they found out Marvel 2 was only 4 buttons and 2 assists, people bitched about that to no end. And then all the characters that got
Yeah, that was a big deal.
That got nerfed from Marvel 1 to Marvel 2, Wolverine, Chun-Li, Gambit, all the characters that was really good in Marvel 1, and Iron Man and all that, and then Iron Man turned out to be good for other reasons.
But they added so many more characters, though. I think there's like 60-something,
Yeah.
They added. So it's the most we ever seen.
I mean, that's interesting, though, because that game was, you would think it's a Mugen, because you find it hard to believe that they got a chance to really test thoroughly every character that's in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not possible. There's a time limit and there's a budget limit on what you can do with games, and I mean, it's just they just went for broke on that, and they just hope for the best, and the best happened. So interesting. No patches, no nothing. It's just they just said, hey, we'll see how it rolls out. Hopefully that there'll be something.
Well, you figure it was it usually takes them a couple times to get a game right, or as close as it's gonna get, because they went from X-Men to the Marvel versus, Street Fighter, X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel 1, then Marvel 2, so give them a couple of tries, and at the end, they come out something really good.
Yeah, But I still agree with the decision to go in a new direction, as far as not just for the look and the I mean for the gameplay as well. I think that Marvel 3 has to look the part too, because we remember it's still a business. We still got to draw new people, and while it might be cool to us to look, for the Marvel characters to look like they did in the X-Men show back in 1995, that ain't cool now.
Well, they got the movies now. They got the big time movies. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get up out of here, Benji. You have a good night, man. I'll still be listening though. Yeah.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, man. Take care. Peace, everybody.
All right. So that was Jaha. Again, happy belated birthday to you. Sounds like you had a great time. Kind of a little bit salty that you had such a great arcade that you can go to play AE, with some of the best players in the country. Not everyone is so fortunate. But I'm not one to hold grudges, bitch. Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. I thought that I would have, because I can't get a hold of almost anyone from the guest list. So let me see if I can. I don't think he's going to be around, but let me see if I can. Because I was planning on have, E.G. Justin Wong come on the show. Hey, for the people that just joined us, hey, Jaha. I'm going to play the intro again, because some people missed it. The new AlphaISM intro. So I'm going to go ahead and play that for you guys, and then, So, and if you want to, download the intro, I can make it available, Again, a big shout out to Neptal for making this, and he made this literally. I messaged him 4 o'clock in the morning this morning, asking him to do this. So here we go.
You here?
I had a jack in the wrong port. All right. Yeah, I'm here, man. What's going
on? You had jack in the wrong port, no homo.
Yeah, no homo. Well, I mean, you can't do it. Well, you don't have to do a no homo because you can't put it. There's only one hole for a man, so you can't accidentally put in another hole. You know what I'm saying?
But that hole is the homo hole.
Yeah, but my original statement was that I put the jack in the wrong hole, so that means that it has to be somebody with 2 holes.
Oh, I see.
It's okay, damn. That's what I say, yeah.
Show me them toes. Let me see yourself with that pinky toe.
AlphaISM Radio.
You know, this is the first time in literally a decade that we have a substantial chance of growing the community.
But that's exactly what you're saying. You're saying that morals or opinion. I'm saying is, where do you draw the line?
You're asking me on national radio with millions of listeners if I'm circumcised.
Yeah.
The characters' hands are up. The animation changes when they're out of block stun. You know, little things like that. Pay attention to what's going on.
You go, oh yeah, baby, oh.
I don't go, oh yeah, baby, I go, oh!
I'm on this Guilty Gear tournament. Because A, I know how to run a tournament. B, ain't nobody gonna argue with me.
I will.
Nigga, I would choke you out.
I was like, yo, you can't put me in sleep. Like, yes, I can. Like, just hold your breath. I hold my breath, you put me in the sleeper hole. I had a dream about playing, like, Super Mario and shit.
It's me, Tennis. Fuck. It's me, Tennis. It's me, fucking Tennis. I'm not the one to go boycott you, though. It's me, boxing.
It's we boxing, not we tennis.
Me, boxing.
Too much longer before I pass on. But I just want to hit some fat pussy before I go. So is your godlike power worth $100?
Fuck yeah, I'm the supernatural monstrosity with the arcade 6 fingers. I am an uber elite, supernatural dark master from the dark side with hands of owners from another planet universe, decrypted by Jesus, bitch.
Hey, is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
AlphaISM.com.
There you go, folks. The new AlphaISM radio intro. Oh man, so that was yeah. I have to give big thanks to Neptal because he did that on a moment's notice. So, you know, putting together some of the best moments of AlphaISM radio. So, that was I think that was just Onan. That was yeah. I think that was. I believe that was him. That was the last guy that was speaking, talking about how great he was. So, just owing. Nah, but that was some fun right there. That was some fun. That was really because most people know that the older episodes we've by the way, we did, thanks to Neo, a good friend of mine that's in the AlphaISM radio channel almost every day. He has almost all the shows except for like one. From the one of the very first shows he only is missing like one of them. He has the rest of them. So we're going to be working on, and we've already started it. If you go on AlphaISM.com, yeah. Well, no, that's Mr. Met. He has some of them as well from Neo. He's been getting them from Neo. So we're going to start putting them up on YouTube. Some of the classic moments. I invite you. There's one from February 1st, 2007. That's obviously one of the best shows we've ever done. That had me, that was running Chaos, and a few other people, and that's how the $5 billion joke got started, and how the For Great Justice, Milo got started. So if you want to really listen to some classic AlphaISM, some AlphaISM madness, that show definitely had it. So make sure you check that out. And again, we'll be making those available, because there's a whole lot of footage. Yeah, it's great, and I really want to get back to that, as I said, and I'll continue saying, I'm not doing this for any monetary gain. I like my career. So. I know there's a lot of people out there that like to, try to make this into something they can profit from. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not my aim with the show, because the show is all about unbridled and no censorship, and that's a detriment if you ever want to become, sponsored and whatnot. I mean, I could never say half the stuff or 3/4 of the stuff, maybe even 90% of the stuff had I had a sponsor. I mean, we can't be talking about, you know, humping no dead corpses, you know. We can't be talking about what hole to stick the dick in, you know, whether homos and no homos used, or can't be asking about was the guy circumcised, you know, or not, you know, all the stuff that make you bust out laughing. I mean, obviously, I can never ask that, you know, on the radio. So, you know, if I had sponsors, so if I was sponsored, then, you know, I think that AlphaISM Radio would lose its identity and it would lose its relevance, because, you know, the Dog Show, the Mike Ross and Gutek Show, all of that, they have way better production. You know, they got commercials, they got intros, like really, you know, doing your professional intros and whatnot, and, you know, they get to sit on the big stage, you know, like an Evolution and whatnot. That's not gonna be AlphaISM Radio. AlphaISM Radio is gonna be like sort of like Howard Stern, that's just gonna tell it like it is, you know, lay it out there, and then just whatever happens, you know. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's fun though. I mean, I mean, at first, I thought about, you know, what could I do, you know, what could I do to make the show better? But I think the show is fine as it is. I was grappling with that because, you know, at first I was really concerned because I'm like, well, I mean, that was, you know, right now I have 28 people listening to my show, and then I used to get discouraged about that, you know, because I'm like, well, man, they got hundreds of people listening to the other shows. But then I look at like the download, like, because on my new web host, I can see the statistics, and these shows are downloaded. Some of them are downloaded 4,000 or 5,000 times. Then I realized, oh well, shoot, you know, because I realized that more people download it than they listen to it live, because, of course, you know, they sign up through Twitter so they can see the updates. When the updates come, when the shows are available for download, they go and download it, and then they listen to it on their own time. Yeah, you know, right, you know, so, and I realized that there really is no perfect time, you know, because a lot of the people that listen are on the Central or East Coast time. And by the time I get home from work, it's 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Eastern time. You know, most people getting ready for bed, you know, so, and then on the weekend, if I do it on the weekend, yeah, but most people, you know, go out on the weekend. They're not in the house looking at the computer screen. So, but, you know, that's fine though, man. I mean, I don't mind that. So that's my phone. Hello? Yeah. Okay then. All right, bye-bye. Huh? Okay then. All right, bye-bye. Yeah, that's my brother. Because me and my mom and my brother, we're going to play some Forza. So, yeah, we're going to play that in a little bit here. But I'm out. But even with that, I'm still open to suggestions. You know, I think the biggest suggestion I took from some people, some of you, as you can see, I'm taking the whole website a little bit more seriously. So the updates, I've downloaded an application now. Whenever I do a update on Twitter, it will automatically go to the site as well. And so, you know, so if you really want to keep it updated and you don't have Twitter, you can just go to AlphaISM.com. There's an RSS feed. So, oh, the show started in August of 2006. So it's about 4.5 years old. Oh, today, the show started at 4 p.m. So we've been on live for a little over 2 hours now. And I think I'm about to close it down because honestly, I can't get a hold of the people that that promised me they was going to be on the show. But still, yeah, I think we had some fun today. Yeah, you know what? My mom, yeah, I got my mom hooked on games on the computer and on the freaking Xbox 360, and you know, because at first, actually, the reason I bought her an Xbox 360 because my brother told me, he like, you know, he's living with my mom, and he goes, you know, it's like, Benji, we got a problem. I'm going, what's the problem? He goes, my Xbox 360. I'm like, oh, it's broke? He's like, well, might as well be. I'm like, because he's like, I can't play it. I'm like, why you can't play it? And they go, it's like, Mama has been on there nonstop, man. Through the day, through the night, she's on there nonstop. And I go up there and I'm like, hey, can I play a few games? She's like, yeah, in a few minutes, 5 hours go by, she's still sitting in the exact same spot. I'm like, so that's when I decided to get her own X360. Because it's not even just about the games, it's about the Xbox 360. Another thing about it is that she uses the Netflix thing, streaming movies and everything, because she's a big movie buff and a TV show buff. So she she watches that through Netflix, and so I had to, he said I had to get her own Xbox. And my brother was like, man, you got to help me out. So let me ask you guys one other question. Well, we don't have to answer this today, but maybe if you go on AlphaISM.com, every time that you guys post a reply to one of the topics on AlphaISM.com on the site, I get a message for it. So what are your thoughts on what do you think I should do for Marvel vs. Capcom 3? I already committed that I was going to do a 10-hour show starting at midnight. We don't even know if it's going to be a midnight release, so it might be a little bit fruitless to do that. But midnight to 10 a.m. we are going to do a Marvel vs. Capcom 3 live launch radio podcast or thingamajigger. And so I want, first of all, I want as much participation as I possibly can get. For all of you people out there, and you know who you are, who don't have microphones, let me put out there, get a microphone. I expect you to be on the show, because I'm definitely not going to talk for all 10 hours. You forget about that. So you got another thing coming. Microphone is $5. I don't even want to hear it. If you got enough money to buy the damn game, then you got enough money to buy a $5 microphone. In fact, I found that the cheaper the microphone is, the better it works. Yeah, I already called, February 15th, I already called off work. I already called in sick for that day. So, yeah, so that night, Tuesday, I think that's the 15th is on a Wednesday, right? So, Tuesday night, starting at midnight into Wednesday, 10-hour show. So, I would like some ideas on content, right? I want some ideas on, I'm gonna try to get guests on there. I mean, I want to get Justin. I want to get Moore. I want to get Yipes. I want to get Sanford. I want to get the Marbleheads that we all come to love. On the show. So, but also, want some participation and some ideas. Keats. Keats. Yeah. Well, you owe me a match. You go without saying, because you owe me a match, because I already say it. That you talked about your MODOK Sentinel, you can have that. I'm gonna have my MSP, and you talk a good game. So you know what? That's a good idea. We'll settle it live. We'll settle it live on AlphaISM Radio. How about them? How about that? Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that, but maybe we can prank somebody like we did with Street Fighter 4 Vanilla. Prank somebody into playing Justin. And I don't know. But that's like sort of a once in a. I was really it's sort of hard to do that because. I'm gonna try to, but it's we got to get somebody. I got to find some. You guys can be my eyes and ears. Try to find people that talk shit on Marvel 3 forums. Find the biggest shit talker that probably does not know who Justin Wong is, or at least haven't heard of Office and Radio, so they won't know the episode where I did this before. I was like, you're right, I might have trouble getting Justin on the show, but I'll try anyway. But, yeah, exactly. Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta take a piss. For great justice. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so yeah, anyway, some of your ideas would be definitely welcome for the Marvel 3 AlphaISM podcast party, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you know what? We should do some poverty matches. We should do some poverty matches. You know what? I'll put this out there. I'll play anybody out there. I don't mean anybody. I don't care what, you know, what your accomplishments is or isn't. I'll play you for 3 bags of creamy chicken Mori-chan ramen noodles. I don't play for the normal mac and cheese. You know, if you're going to play me for mac and cheese, we got to do it for mac and cheese deluxe. I don't do that powder shit. By the way, I'm also willing to barter for, you know, we can do some slave matches. What I mean by slave matches is that if you want to barter some of your family members, if I win, then they become a slave, you know, so they got to clean, because there's a lot of cleaning that can be done around this apartment. They got to detail my car, wash it, the rims need to be done. This is vacuum, and then and the steam vacuum. No, I can't do the Four Loko, man. Yeah, that's already become an infamous show. Blam Blam said he wants some white slaves. Okay, I understand, man. Anything slave related? No, I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know if they have to wear anything slave related. I mean, I can't have my family, you know, not my family members. Can't have my neighbors knowing what I'm doing. You know, because I think there's something about child labor in the United States and that being illegal or something. So, we mean prediction. I already know what the lineup is going to be. For 2012 Evo lineup is going to be this: Super Street Fighter 4 AE, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Tekken 6, possibly Tekken vs. Tekken Tag 2, King of Fighters 13, and Mortal Kombat 9. I don't think that Tekken vs. Street Fighter or Street Fighter vs. Tekken, I don't think they're going to be ready. Tekken Tag 2 is only arcade? What? Actually, they let it drop that they're basically they're a featured game at Evolution this year. Mortal Kombat 9. They're actually a featured game. I mean, in other words, the company is actually paying to be in the lineup. There was a non-disclosure, but one of the people up there at the for the Mortal Kombat, they forgot about that and just let that drop. That, you know, they're going to be at Evolution this year. This is 2 or 3 months ago they dropped that, and Wizard was like, "Well, so much for non-disclosure." Yeah, so I don't know if that game was going to be good or what, but no, it wasn't Boom. It was someone else. Like one of the execs, I think, was like, "Yeah, let that drop." And yeah, so there you go. Keith, I'm alone. Yeah, you know, people had to take off, and I can't get a hold of anybody else. You know, so it's okay. Yeah, I just says, I'm sorry, I can never get into Arcana Heart. I mean, it's just, I don't want to prejudge, but, you know, watching a bunch of people beat each other with brooms, a bunch of 10-year-old girls beat each other with brooms. I mean, it's just not for me. Bunkai's Corner is dead. No, I'm just kidding. No. Bunkai's Corner is my show. AlphaISM Radio is Ski's show. I'm sorry. I mean, I get them all mixed up. Melty Blood or Can of Heart, they're all the same. Sorry. I mean, I just don't want to play any games that feature prepubescent girls. Okay. Does that cover the gauntlet pretty much? Okay. Yeah, so I apologize for that. Nah, Bunkai's Corner is, yeah, that's my spot, you know. I just wanted to, I know it's been such a long time since we did an AlphaISM Radio episode, and so, you know, me and Ski talked about it and said, yeah, let's go ahead and do one, and, you know, welcome everybody to 2011, and because I know some people have been asking, you know, what's happening with AlphaISM Radio. You know, right now, the thing about AlphaISM Radio is, you know, I did not ask you this, you know, but I'm assuming that there is something in it for him when it comes to SRK Radio and with doing the you know, the commentating at the various tournaments and whatnot. So I can understand with AlphaISM kind of like takes a back seat to you know, to some of the other stuff that he's involved with, because, you know, I mean, I'm not paying him for this. This is something that, you know, he's doing, you know, he's doing for, you know, just because he likes to do it. But he's also someone that's in school and has a job and, you know, all of that stuff, and he got stuff with SRK Wake Up Radio, and, you know, and of course, yeah, I mean, that's something I just wouldn't do. Just something I wouldn't do. You know, it's just, I wouldn't start any drama over that. It doesn't help anybody. You know, and if Ski somehow in the future says, you know what, Benji, I can't do AlphaISM anymore, I'm cool with that. You know what? I'm one of those people where I think that AlphaISM had a great run, and if it means the end of the series, then, you know, I think there's enough memories to really, you know, to take its place in, you know, whatever Hall of Fame or Hall of Shame, depending on what you're looking at. You know, you know, I mean, I don't have any regrets. Wake Up SRK is the professional sponsor happy version of AlphaISM. Yeah, I can agree with that. You know, it's very hard for me to be like that, though. You know, because I'm guessing that Wake Up Radio is a very structured show with a structured agenda, and I mean, that's something. My show is very random. You know, I just talk, you know, about whatever that interests me at the moment. So, yeah, I mean, shout outs to FMJ. You know, 2006. Yeah, this is when AlphaISM Radio. No, 2006. No, this is 2007. 2000 and yeah, it was 06 or 07. I was basically covering. This is before streaming was big, right? So we were basically covering Evolution, man. You know, and you guys blew up my server, and FMJ stepped in, and he provided some redundancy, added a second server that we can use, because yeah, it got pretty, you know, it got pretty crazy pretty quick. So, you know, shout out to FMJ for doing that. So, I mean, but like I said, you know, I even if AlphaISM Radio was to go the way to Bird, I mean, I don't have any regrets. You know, it was fun, and it was great for what it was, and And most people should know that AlphaISM radio it has changed. I mean, my style and Ski's style are really two different styles. But I felt that when I gave him the reins to AlphaISM radio, I did it because at the time that was really kind of before all the other ones jumped up and really became, kind of made a name for themselves. I wanted people to have a resource where they can, learn about, about Street Fighter and about Capcom fighting games, and I felt that his knowledge far surpassed mine. He has an insight that isn't very common among people, and he can provide that insight and be entertaining, and I think he has the voice and he has the charisma to be a radio host, and not just a radio host, but a knowledgeable one. So that's why I felt comfortable giving him the reins to the show, because I felt that people would actually respond to him better than they would to me, because I'm really just there for the shits and giggles. I make people laugh, but really that's really all the flash. But he's the substance. So I can get in serious conversations, but it wouldn't be anything like really in depth about fighting games or something that people will expect to hear. If I get in depth or serious about it, then it's probably going to be something that's not related to fighting games per se, maybe something dealing with the fighting game community or something totally off topic. So again, that was also played a factor in my decision, because I want somebody that can hold an argument, about what's going on, hold an argument about it, or the debate about fighting games and, the matchups, the tiers, the execution, the mind games, all of that. And I'm glad. I can't pronounce your name, Azal, but I'm glad that he said that no other podcast has made me step up my game while enjoying a good laugh at the same time. Thanks for the kind words. That's why I think that people learn more when they're having a good time. I learned that from my teachers. Good teachers. The good teachers usually are those that do more than just teach you, but they made a profound impact on you because of something about them personally. And we all have those few teachers that just made an impression on us, and then later in life you realize that those are the teachers that you recall more. What they taught you, you recall those much more easily than the teachers that didn't make any meaningful impact on you. That's kind of funny, because that was my first aspiration professionally, like getting out of high school. I thought about becoming a teacher, and I thought about it even now, but the problem is that now I work for a bank and I got a pretty good job, especially in this economy. If I go and become a teacher, I'll be taking a pay cut, and that's something I cannot afford to do. Plus, I have to go get a college degree, so that means not only taking a pay cut, but it also means getting myself in debt to take a job that pays less. So, yeah, What is UFGT7? Oh, goodness. So, Ultimate Fighting Game? Is that what UFGT7 stands for? Interesting. So May 27th to 29th. Is this like the spiritual successor to Midwest Championships? Are you going, Keats? Okay. Yeah, that was a joke, by the way. All right. So Keats, Skeletor,
What's up?
what's going on?
What's up, nigga?
Nothing, man. You sounding mad hype. What's going on with you?
No, nigga, I was just raping people in League, nigga. I'm fucking champion of the world and shit.
Dude, you know what? I have to tell you something. Over the past 2 months, you have officially gone to God tier as the most.
What did I do in the past? Bro, I haven't done shit. The last thing I did was made that song about banana dick. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That's it. I haven't done nothing. I've been dodging people.
Nah, man. Because you know what? The thing about it is that some of the old shows have been resurfacing and been put up on YouTube, and the prank calls that we did. Yeah. Some of that prank.
That shit is all a blur.
I know, man. I don't remember all the stuff we did.
Shit is all a blur.
I don't remember all the stuff we did. You know what? I just happened to have. Let me see if I can find it right quick. Oh man.
What, you talking about this? When I hit him with that one, and then that fucking bitch just clicked on me immediately?
No, cause
heard that. Nigga, this the sign that some shit's going down.
Yeah, you going? Cause she was asking. Yeah, you called Candy, and you was like, she's like, "What you doing?" And you like this funny noise. Oh man, that was great. I was great. I can't. Let me see if I can find it. And then, of course, when we called that one black dude, and you told him you needed some dick, and he like, "Oh no, man, I'm not down with that." And you pressed, man. You pressed him hard on that, man. You was making him laugh. I was.
Oh shit.
Let me see what happened. My gosh, man. I put in Skeletor G in YouTube, man. You know how much shit's popped up?
Are you fucking serious? I'm fucking searching that shit right now. Niggas fucking Skeletor G.
Story time with Skeletor G. Hold on.
What the fuck?
I love it.
Oh, niggas, this shit about fucking Ronald? Oh, niggas, the guy from my job. Are you serious?
Wow, Shinblanca, what's up?
Are you serious? Is this shit a joke?
You know, a white girl told me that I'm not black because I don't sound like you.
Wow.
Yep, so I got really mad. It's like, man, just because I don't have a chocolate.
Hold on.
It's going to be there either.
Hold on, let me see if I get to the part where you hit on Larry.
Yeah.
That was. How did you do it? I cannot believe he just did LL Cool J. All right. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it right quick.
This fucking mic sucks dick.
Oh my, that billboard is tight. I can't find it. Let me see.
Now, whose fucking account is that to put that shit up there?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Event scrubs. Who the fuck is this
Danny,
guy?
this is all yours, D-Nice. Actually, no, Skeletor G, this is yours. This is yours right here. You ready?
This is gonna be my last one.
Me too. I'm telling you, man, this bitch needs to answer. Fat ass bitch can't sleep, so they're here.
Cut them off.
Hello. Yo, what's up, baby? Nothing. Well, I found myself browsing Craigslist, something I don't do very often, and I somehow stumbled onto your fine ass pictures. Okay. And I thought I'd give you a call. But I got a question. If I jump into the black void, is there a chance of coming out? Can you keep on talking for me? Why? Hold on.
Tell me this shit did not actually happen.
What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing?
Yeah, she's done.
What? What? She's not only fat, she dumb too? That's 4 strikes.
Don't
fucking laugh, man. I told you my shit is serious with fucking noises and shit.
She's like, what you doing? What the fuck you think I'm doing? I said, I'm putting a new whack job on my desk set. I mean, what the fuck, man? I mean, like,
it was funny because it was funny
like
because
what?
He was like, if I go in a black hole, will I come back out?
she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on in, nigga.
Oh shit.
Swim around. See the sights.
He's gonna see the holes in the black hole. See the sights in the black hole.
Oh my gosh. Now, first of all, Mr. Med put this up, and the screenshot he put up with is crazy. There's this big fat bitch on there. Says her name is Nicole, 21 years old. And the description reads, Nicole says her 14-year-old sister, Angelique, has sex with a man for a double cheeseburger. I shit you not. That is what it says. This looks like it's Maury. Of course, Maury Povich, man. Fuck that dude. Oh my gosh. Hey, okay. Let's go to. I can't find the one when Shin Blanca came on the show and you was hitting on him. You like, yeah, you was like, man, nigga, you sound cute. I'm like, oh god, oh man, oh man. I made a promise to myself I would never get you two on the show ever again at the same time, because he wasn't having that. But that was funny. I'm also trying to find the one where I prank called that one dude, one girl, and I told her that she had to do some sexual favors to get the job at the airport, and her boyfriend came on the line and talking about he gonna wreck my face and all of that. Then I solicited him too. Yeah, that was good. I told him we can all be in a video.
Oh shit, man, that shit was fucked up in the black void.
Yeah, man.
The darkness, the dark pits of darkness. Man, this shit was so long ago.
You know, it's kind of funny. Because, the people that listen to this show know more about the episodes than I do, where to find all this stuff. I don't know, man. It's, like I said, it's all a blur to me. And everything runs into each other,
Yeah, and keep in mind, it's not like I ever talk about anything that matters, so it's not like I can say, oh yeah, that one time that we talked about this. The only thing I ever talk about is dicks and gay shit.
No,
so
what
you talk about
the story
gay
about your coworker? Why won't you tell everybody the story?
That you run.
Coworker about how what did he do? He killed a bear.
No, man, that dude, man, I could go on with stories about that motherfucker for days, man. I'm talking about. Oh man, I actually seen him, and he's having another kid. He's having another kid. In fact, I'm about to watch this video on YouTube right now. Yup, sup, nigga, Ronald the Beast. Yup, fucking video. Yup, Ron Stoppable. Yup, video proof, nigga. This nigga is fucking. Nigga, this nigga. Okay, this guy here. This is the future. So like y'all talking shit now, like y'all playing games. This dude is 2025. 2025 right here.
I found her dad sitting on the porch doing tobacco, okay? So I walked up to him, I said, hey, I hit the so hard. Sit on the tobacco, he hit the board, okay, that's a grown. Okay, so him, a child, slapped a grown man in one hit. Yeah, my boy around fool. This Nick. He slept for 2 hours. We call him the champ. The champ right there. This is Ron Stoppable. This is Ron Stoppable.
Okay, how about you tell people the story about how he killed a bear with his bare hands, and then the rhino?
No, because he didn't use his bare hands. He had a mercury sword in his mouth.
Oh, that's right.
Mercury sword, guys. Mercury sword. Okay, that's not even a solid. So he's so fucking G that he has a blade made of liquid in his mouth that's poison and kills humans, right? So keep in mind that, like, his story is that he's holding a fucking... No, look, this dude's arm... Hold on, I'm gonna find a picture of what I'm talking about. So y'all can actually see the image and see the actual skill needed to do the pose that he claimed that he did. One sec. Cause like this shit is crazy. Alright. This fucking dude said that he was in a jungle holding trees like this. Like this shit is madness. This is madness. Okay, so that dude that you just saw in that video was posing like that, okay? On two branches in the deepest jungle ever, right? Okay, this dude has a mercury sword in his mouth, okay? He jumps off the branches, he turns flips and shit, he pulls a knife out of his mouth and fucking stabs a bear in his fucking skull, okay? So we're talking about a bear, okay? Now, the type of bear is this bear here, and I'll also show you a picture and show you the bear in relation to a human being. Now, keep in mind this bear's face is the size of an actual person. Okay, so this bear's face is equal to us now. So that guy who you just saw in that video was in that tree, posing like that, and stabbed that bear. But the story gets better. Okay, the story gets better, right? So, he said that after he one-shot this bear that's like two tons and shit and killed it, right? He fucking said he put this shit on his back, fucking squatted this shit and carried it to a fucking museum. Nigga, this bear, nigga. Look at this fucking bear's face. Look at this face. That is not the face of a creature that gets squatted by a fucking human. Nigga. But the best part is he acted this shit out. Like, he actually acted this shit out in person, and he actually thinks that the shit he's saying is real. So, it's not even that we, like, egg him on to that point. Like, he offers to tell these stories, and he's like, no, man, and then I was doing this, and then I fucking got the bear, and then I fucking, and I carried him. And then we're just like, wow, man. He's like, yeah, I fucking did that. And we're just like, wow, that's fucking amazing. Yep. And he's told us all types of shit, man. Like that fucking kid, that is that futuristic nigga, man. 2025 shit. Niggas
Okay.
in the future.
All right, and now, maybe you might want to talk about the rhino.
The rhino, okay. This dude said that him and his uncle went to... Ah, man, just thinking about the story is pissing me off. Him and his uncle, okay? Now keep in mind that he is a certified bum, right? Like, this dude wears the same pants every day with the same ketchup stain for 6 months and shit, right? So I actually know that he's fucking poor as fuck, right? So it's not even me trying to be funny or talking shit. He is actually very poor, okay? So this fucker, yup, yes he fucking did. He said his uncle thought that shit up and they stole it from him. Okay, but this guy said that he flew to guess where? Africa, okay? So this fucking bum flew to Africa, him and his uncle, okay? They went there, and they carried their fucking guns and nades and shit, right? So they're on a plane, so they flew with fucking weapons and shit, okay? Land, they fucking get in some Jeep and shit, and they go to some fucking, I don't even know where, some jungle area, some fucking area, okay? And, they walk up to, a fucking rhino, right? Okay, the fucking kid said his uncle grabbed a nade, pulled the fucking pin out, right? Threw it at the rhino, right? But check this. This fucking rhino kicked the shit back. Used his hind legs and kicked the fucking nade back at them. And then it blew his uncle up, but his uncle wasn't wounded, right? So a fucking nade blew up on a human being, but he took no fucking damage. Nigga had God mode on and shit, right? But the story gets fucking better. So after the fucking nade, I guess, like, blew them apart and shit, the fucking rhino starts charging the actual boy, right? So the guy that's telling this story, so he fucking said the fucking Rhino charged him down, right? And said he impaled him in his fucking leg, right? Nigga, he pulled his pants leg up. Nigga, I seen a fucking paper cut on his fucking kneecap, nigga. Nigga got impaled by a rhino. Oh my god, man. And he acted this shit out too, like he was charging and shit into a wall like he was actual rhino.
Did you tell him that cocaine is a hell of a drug?
Oh, in fact, nigga, mention drugs. This fucking dude said that he eats crack so it doesn't get in his bloodstream. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Yes, he actually said that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's
yep.
special.
And then we started to make up drugs and shit, right? This guy fucking made up some shit called fucking, what the fuck was it? Scutterbug, right? Said it's some new shit. This guy's mom's like, yeah, man, that shit's really good. Just fucking made up some random ass word, and he says that that's a real fucking drug and that he's tried it. Just some random word, just some scutterbug. Who would even try something called scutterbug? Fucking scutterbug, nigga. Yeah, nigga, I'm popping some scutterbug, nigga. I'm smoking that scutterbug. That shit doesn't even sound good. But, yeah. So he just, like, started making up drugs, and then he said his mom had a meth lab in her car and got caught by the fucking cops. Because I never knew you could have a fucking meth lab in your actual car. That's also some very new shit. And he said the cops caught her and she got 35 years for having a meth lab in her car. But the best part is 1 week later after he said that, he fucking said his mom made his lunch for fucking work. So that's how fucking stupid he is, that he can't keep up with his lies. Because his mom's in jail for 35 years, but she still makes his fucking lunch, though.
Okay. Hold on for a second. Dang it, it's not working. Hold on for a second. I'll give you 1 sec. Alright, here we go. There we go. This is you, Skeletor. Alright.
Well, you know,
Man, that nigga got a deep.
RC.
What the fuck is that?
And you didn't even invite me in here, man. I just bogarted my way in here.
Nigga, you sound cute. Who the fuck is that talking?
Yo, first of all, same with that bullshit.
Wow, man. Fucking Ken Blanca, bro.
Oh, that nigga, what's up?
He's running final round. That's the event you want to go to for the first time.
Nigga, I'm about to fuck him in his ass at final round. Nigga's like,
oh no.
Yo, Fuego, that's who Travis said I should sound like. Oh, I'm not.
Wow.
Yep, remember that shit?
He sounds swole as shit though. Fucking diesel ass nigga come in like the guy from White Chicks and shit singing. Big
Terry
ass.
Crews?
Big ass nigga.
Man. Terry Crews, man, that guy owns.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to him since then.
Yeah, I know. We pretty much want to keep it that way, pretty much. Amarillo, did I figure out how to alter my voice on Skype? No. I know that Chaos found out how to like do the auto tune for his voice. I don't know how he did it though, but
well, it's not on. Well, he had some other shit that he got. I don't know how, but I think he stopped using it. Cause I haven't even noticed. Like he used that auto tune shit for so long, like we couldn't even tell. So he was just auto tuning at all times. I'm actually mad that there's fucking video clips of me talking.
Why, man? You classic, man. You are the most often requested guest. I'm like, where is Skeletor G? Don't you see that billboard with your name on it?
Where? I don't see shit.
Okay.
But I do see this. 'Cause this shit is this shit right here. This is that shit.
Well, click on my link. You see that billboard?
Let me see.
Oh, yeah.
And
Sup, bitch? Banana dick. Banana dick. Banana dick.
Bunk, I don't see it.
Dairy Queen special banana split deluxe. Pop me. Pop me. Pop me. Go to the air, man. Go to the air, man. Go to the air, man.
Wow.
I don't see it.
What do you mean you don't see it?
So where's my board? I'm lost.
You don't.
Oh, I see it now.
There you go.
Yep, I see it. Skeletor up in this motherfucker. Ah! Wish I could look like that for real.
So, man, what you been up to anyway?
Nigga, I've been playing League of Legends, nigga. Open challenge to anybody. I rape niggas. We rape niggas. My squad versus your squad, nigga. We put money up, nigga. We put the fucking house up. Nigga, we put your life up. Niggas get raped. And then we take accounts, too. Got all characters, nigga. Got them fucking room pages, nigga. What's up, nigga? That's all I've been doing, really. Is I play League with,
You still work at Walmart?
No, I actually don't. I actually got fired. Well, I'm not fired. I just don't work there now.
Why?
So I wouldn't say fired. Because I'm on a leave of absence, which means that I will be fired when my leave of absence is done.
Okay, what did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Skeletor.
So it's for health.
What did
It's
you do?
not because I did something. So it's for health. So I got a note from my doctor, so I got 2 months off. Because they wouldn't change my job because, like, my fucking skin falls off and shit, and I worked in a dairy. Yeah, my fucking skin falls off on some fucking zombie shit. Nigga's fucking skin just peels off like an orange. But, I had a note from my doctor and shit to tell him to change my fucking job, and they didn't have any openings, and since the holidays are ending and shit, they are about to fire over half the people that work there. So, yeah, so there's no way that I would be able to even change jobs. So I'm going to leave absence until a job opens up, which means in 2 months, well, come next month, because there won't be any openings, and I'm sure of it, I just won't have a job. Because I can't work the job that I have, and they won't change my job.
I see.
So I'm just at home, jerking off, fucking playing League of Legends all day, raping niggas.
I see.
How
By
about
the way,
you?
I was hoping that since you got on the radio now, you might
What's up?
want to do a live version of your Alex Vale rap. Come on, bust it out, man.
A live version of Alex Vale, huh? Fucking Alex Vale. I haven't even talked to him. In fact, I haven't talked to anyone at all. Like, from this even fucking IRC. And I don't even know how that shit goes, so time to go fucking look that shit up.
I mean, how does it go? You made the song.
Yeah. Nigga, I didn't fucking try to make no career off that shit. I made a song and moved on. Song fucking means nothing. Time to press F3 and type in veil.text.
I mean, so women, so it's like Michael Jackson coming out to the stage and says, I don't remember the words to Thriller, so I can't do it.
No, because he got famous off Thriller. I didn't get famous off that shitty ass song.
Alright, so are you going to do the rap or not?
Do you want me to?
Yes.
Why?
Because I find it godlike.
What is godlike about that rap?
Because it's so stupid that it's good.
So if it's so stupid that it's good, why would you want me to recite that again?
Because I
like
said
even
it's so stupid that it's good. So if it's good, I'm
yeah,
gonna listen to it again.
no, but even me making that in the first place was fail. So us even talking about it again is even more failure.
So the way to make that failure epic is for you to do the rap. Go to it. Come
on. Let me find it. Because I really don't know how that shit goes. I really don't.
Okay, I'll give you a couple of minutes. Come on.
I gotta find the fucking text file. And I'll just fucking, it'll come back when I fucking start reading it. Where the fuck is that? Oh, I know, it's on my fucking FTP. That's where it's at. It's right there. Nope. It's right there. Yup. Man, why am I about to fucking rap this shit, man? So am I getting paid?
No, but you're getting exposure.
Who am I getting exposed to? People that can pay me money for my services?
Okay, well, you know what? You can give it to me and I'll rap it.
Oh, okay. Really?
I mean, it's not going to be any good. I'm going to butcher it to death. You know, it's going to be
No, man. See, that's where the fun starts. Is when you start rapping shit. And
actually, I'm just probably going to sing it falsetto.
That sounds great. So I'm sending you the fucking
after you
link.
rap it. Come on.
There you go.
Get out the way. Skeletor in the place.
Place.
What is me when your style broke like a vase?
Vase.
Better step your game up. Get your little flame up.
Flame up.
Candlelight getting blown out. It's a shame, bruh.
Shame, bruh.
Okay, I'm done. So now you can go ahead and rap.
Wait.
If you want to see paradise. Oh, wrong movie.
YouTube commercial.
Hey.
What's up? Hold on.
I'm waiting, dude.
Oh, what's up? Sorry, I was sending the person that song because they never heard it, apparently.
Okay. So, come on. Go ahead and rap it.
Get out the way, Skeletor in the place. Why diss me when your style broke like a face? Better step your game up, get your little flame up. Candlelight getting blown out. It's a shame, bruh. Be real, homie. Your ego is this big. It's bigger than your nose, so tell me what's real, kid. I'm real, kid. Don't matter if I'm this big, cause a real nigga will always be this sick. I'm not rapping, I'm only telling the truth. You like Mace, I'm Cameron. Get the fuck out this booth. What's up with your little partners? Spamming my ass. And that shit was really gay. Cause they fucking crashed my shit. That's some fag shit. So just so y'all know, like Alex Vale has these little IRC cronies, right? Where if you talk shit to them, they will fucking crash your client. Cause they're that fucking gangster. Niggas crash clients. And that shit was gay as man. Hold on.
Was that in the
fuck?
lyrics? Motherfucker.
No, some guy thought I made this.
Dude, this like 86 lines. You didn't. What, you did the radio cut?
Somebody just asked if I did that. Or they thought I did that. Hold on.
What is this? I thought that was Alex Vale rap. Well, anyway, Skeletor, thank you for the abbreviated rap demo you just did. I'm disappointed, but hey, I'll live. All right, folks. I have some games I need to play with my one of my parents and my brother. So I'm out. Thank you all for listening tonight, and of course, I will make this show available as soon as I can. And again, Happy New Year's to everybody. And hopefully that it will be even better than the year before. And keep an eye on it, because Ski does have some stuff coming for AlphaISM Radio. Of course, I'm still doing Bunkai's Corner. And again, I think I'll just end it. I'll just end it by playing the intro one more time. I'm just gonna kind of just let it, take us out. All right, Skeletor G, thanks for coming on, man.
Sup, nigga? I just got fucking IHOP, nigga. But yeah, nigga. Fuck IHOP, bitch.
I'll talk to you on the RC. I'm ending the show. Take it
All
easy,
right.
man.
All right, man. I'll holla at your brother. I'm talking about.
All right.
Not talking about. Bunk.
You here? I had a jack in the wrong port. All right. Yeah, I'm here, man. What's going on?
You had Jack in the wrong court, no homo.
Yeah, no homo. Well, I mean, you can't do it. Well, you don't have to do a no homo, because you can't put it. There's only one hole for a man, so you can't accidentally put in another hole. You know what I'm saying?
But that hole is the homo hole.
Yeah, but my original statement was that I put the jack in the wrong hole, so that means that it has to be somebody with two holes.
Oh, I see.
F-R-K, damn. F-R-K, damn.
Show me the toes. Let me see what's up with that good toe.
AlphaISM Radio.
This is the first time in literally a decade that we have a substantial chance of growing the community.
But that's exactly what you're saying. You're saying that morals are opinion. I'm saying is, where do you draw the line?
You're asking me on national radio with millions of listeners if I'm circumcised.
Yeah.
Your character's hands are up. The animation changes when they're out of lock stun. Little things like that. Pay attention to what's going on.
Here you go, oh yeah, baby, oh.
I don't go, oh yeah, baby, I go, oh!
I'm going to this Guilty Gear tournament. Because A, I know how to run a tournament. B, ain't nobody going to argue with me.
I will.
Nigga, I would choke you out.
I was like, yo, you can't put me in sleep. Like, yes, I can. Like, just hold your breath. I hold my breath, you put me in the sleeper hole. I had a dream about playing, like, Super Mario and shit.
It's me, Tennis. Fuck. It's me, Tennis. It's me, fucking Tennis. I'm not going to Evo. Boycott Evo. It's me, boxing.
Dude, we boxing, not we tennis.
We boxing.
Much longer before I pass on, but I just want to hit some fat pussy before I go. So is your godlike power worth $100?
Fuck yeah, I'm the supernatural monstrosity with the arcade 6 fingers. I am an uber elite, supernatural dark master from the dark side with hands of owners from another planet universe decrypted by Jesus, bitch.
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
AlphaISM.com.